threats keep coming in Iran. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
We're destroying more of Iran's missiles and drone capability every single hour, knocking them out like nobody thought was possible.
And there are media reports President Trump's been saying to Iran he wants a say in whoever that country chooses to take over after the supreme leader was killed, as Iran keeps firing at Israel.
Overnight, we watched as these missiles soared through the skies of this country, some of those slamming into the sea. There were no injuries reported overnight, but those sirens sounded again this morning with some damage just outside the city limits of Tel Aviv. Now, the Israelis are going after these missile launching positions.
That's Fox's Trey Yingst in Tel Aviv, and as the war rages a seventh day.
The lack of a definitive deadline and the escalating military campaign in Iran is exactly why some lawmakers have concerns about the country's weapons stockpile. So today, defense industry executives from Lockheed Martin, RTX Corporation, and L3 Harris are expected to meet at the White House. The Wall Street Journal reports the Pentagon is particularly looking to replenish Patriot, Tomahawk, and THAAD missile systems.
Fox's Madeline Rivera. Democrats failed again, pushing a war resolution trying to limit President Trump in Iran, voted down this time in the House. And as Democrats also block new funding for Homeland Security, they are saying good riddance to Kristi Noem, removed as secretary. Fox's Peter Ducey's at the White House.
An administration source tells Fox it was time. Replacing Kristi Noem was based on the culmination of her many unfortunate leadership mishaps, including the fallout in Minnesota, the $200 million ad campaign, the allegations of infidelity.
President Trump's already picked a replacement for her, Republican Senator Mark Wayne Mullen, who would have to be confirmed by his Senate colleagues. And oil prices keep rising. And at the gas pump, another 7-cent increase. Gasoline up 33 cents in the last 4 days. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
More of this is on the way. Fog and 59 degrees in downtown Indianapolis. In fact, we have a dense fog advisory in effect through 9 o'clock this morning. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 6:02. We're going to see more rain in the coming days, and forecasters say the state has already picked up 3 to 6 inches since Tuesday. A number of rivers and creeks are in flood right now.
We've had issues with flooding in the Columbus area over toward Rush County, Decatur County. You head back towards Bloomington. Those areas have all seen a lot of rain, and we are going to see some more. Again, should be relatively isolated, widely scattered through the day to day. Most of tonight.
Forecaster Mike Ryan at the National Weather Service Indianapolis says if you are in one of those low-lying spots, get to higher ground to avoid getting trapped by floodwaters. Indianapolis police say they have stopped yet another large-scale drug operation, arresting a man they accuse of moving significant amounts of fentanyl and meth across the city. Investigators say they've been watching Jewel Dotson for weeks before arresting him, and search warrants that followed turned up drugs and guns at multiple locations. A man is now headed to prison nearly 2 years after a woman was killed at an Indianapolis gas station. John Herrick has more on the sentence handed down Thursday.
Marion County Prosecutor Ryan Mears says Kobe Bond was sentenced to 50 years in prison for killing Tiriana Terrell in July of 2024. Police say Bond was Terrell's ex-boyfriend, and he shot Terrell after she slapped him while they were having an argument at the gas station. He was arrested a week after the shooting, and on Thursday, Mears said this is an example of how when someone brings a gun into a conflict, the consequences extend far beyond the moment. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
President Trump will hold a White House roundtable today to discuss the future of college athletics, bringing together the Power Four commissioners, plus IU Athletic Director Scott Dolson and several prominent sports figures. The group will look at major things happening in college, like the landscape of sports, the transfer portal, and revenue sharing. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. Traffic and weather together on a foggy Friday. It's 6:04.
Hammer and Nigel.
3,364 children found by ICE.
Don't forget, lost under Biden and cartels enabled with his open border policies.
The wine moms meetings in Westfield, they're not going to talk about this. 3,364. If my tax dollars are going to be spent, I'm fine with that.
Hammer and Nigel, weekdays 3 till 7 on 93 WIBC and WIBC.com.
A new threat from Iran.
93 WIBC.
A senior Iranian cleric has appeared on TV to call for the shedding of blood from Israelis and Trump.
What happens next?
Oil prices are rising. Another 6-cent increase also at the gas pump, up 26 cents in 3 days.
Happens here.
37% rating the U.S. economy as poor.
Stay in the know.
Rain will continue off and on through at least Friday night.
While you're on the go.
Hall of Fame coach Lou Holtz has died at the age of 89.
On air, online, and on Alexa.
So much fog here this morning. Please keep your low beams on, especially on the interstates or really anywhere you go. The high beams are distracting and we won't be able to see you. Outside of that, airport looks great. Westbound 70, fantastic from Meridian out to Indianapolis International. Except for the fog, we're wide open. May want to watch your speed a little bit this morning just because visibility is reduced so much. Traffic sponsored by Indiana Foundation Service, your local experts in basement waterproofing and foundation repair. Book your free inspection now at indianafoundation.com. I'm Matt Baer with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Marcus Bailey, Wish TV meteorologist. What's happening?
Hey, Tony. Good morning. We do have this dense fog advisory until 9 o'clock. It is pretty thick, down to about a quarter of a mile of visibility across parts of the metro, but this will quickly get out of here once the sun comes up. The rest of the day, mostly cloudy. Should have a lot of dry time. Can't rule out a spotty shower, but I think the big story is it's going to be really warm. Today's high, 76. That would break a record for today. Tonight, cloudy skies, a few showers here and there overnight, a low down to 64, very mild. Saturday, showers and storms likely, especially late morning, early afternoon. Saturday's high 70. Sunday, sunny skies, cooler, but still comfortable, a high of 61. Monday, beautiful, mostly sunny and mild, highs in the low 70s.
That right there, Marcus Bailey of Wish TV. Marcus, thank you. 58 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center and foggy. So slow and easy and safe as you head into work. The time is 6:07. The president is still speaking to the IRGC, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, the vicious killers in Iran who oppress their own people. Surrender or die is the message. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC, good morning. Air supremacy is what they're calling it, not just air superiority in or over the skies of Iran. And they've got it. Less and less missiles coming from Iran, less and less drones coming from Iran. Their missile carriers, launchers, their mobile ones getting destroyed. And now the president is trying to exert all of the force he can from this perch, certainly to have to keep from sending in ground troops, whether they be Israeli, U.S., or something else. Because that is an image that he doesn't necessarily want. Can he do it all from this place? And while he's doing that, the UAE is looking to freeze Iranian assets because, well, Iran sent missiles towards them. If the UAE starts freezing assets, well, where do they get any money to do anything? Like pay the IRGC. And as has been reported, strikes are now going to increase all over Iran. Strikes from Israel, strikes from the United States. I don't know how they think they're going to stick around. I don't know how this regime thinks it's going to last. I don't know how it is that anybody would favor that.
Calling on all members of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard, the military and the police to lay down their arms. They're only going to be killed. And now is the time to stand up for the Iranian people and help take back your country. You're going to have a chance after all these years to take back your country. Accept immunity. We'll give you immunity. And we'll be giving you really the right side of history, because that's what it is. So you'll be perfectly safe with total immunity, or you'll face absolutely guaranteed death. And I don't want to see that. They don't want to see it either. We also urge Iranian diplomats around the world to request asylum and to help us shape a new and better Iran.
I think they're not going to do it. That's my take. Happy to be wrong. Happy to see them all just give up and the IRGC be broken and these people go to a better life. I'm just saying, I don't see it happening. But that's where we are right now. The Iranians in an absolute, I should say the regime, in a heap of trouble. Unable to fight. And then there was this story, that the head of the Quds Force, Quds, the Iranian Quds Force, was executed by the IRGC. And if you ask me why, the allegation is he survived assassination attempts. He was with the Ayatollah when the bombing took place that took out the Ayatollah, and he escaped. So the IRGC took him into custody and killed him because they suspected he was a Mossad agent. I doubt I'll ever be able to get to know the truth about that one. But oh my gosh, that's their level of paranoia. The sooner these people crack, the sooner the IRGC cracks, the better it is for everyone. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC, good morning.
This is Gary Dick. A giant in the Indiana life sciences sector has passed away at 6:32. Don't miss IBJ's Technology Power Breakfast with keynote speaker, Purdue President Mung Chiang. RSVP now at ibj.com/events.
Recalculating route. Estimated arrival time. Never.
For people with nasal congestion, snoring, or sleep apnea, finding a solution feels like a never-ending road trip.
First stop, my primary doctor. Then the pharmacy. Then a sleep specialist. Then an ENT.
What if there was just one destination for all your problems?
Welcome to Advent, your one-stop solution for nasal congestion, snoring, and sleep apnea for over 20 years. Unlike many other practices, we focus exclusively on these conditions, so you get comprehensive care in one location. Over 95% of patients with severe nasal breathing issues report improvement. Plus, most insurance is accepted for our effective 20-minute in-office treatments.
You have arrived at Clear Breathing.
Hammer and Nigel here, Window Nation, windownation.com. Man, I love my Window Nation windows. They look great on my house. And if your heat or AC is running more than it should, no matter the weather, it's probably because your window insulation has failed. When it does, all your heat escapes in the winter and your cool AC in the summer. The pros at Window Nation can help you get new energy-efficient windows at an awesome price.
And right now, the more you buy, the more savings you get. Up to 50% off all window styles. And be sure to ask about Window Nation's special financing options, including $0 down and payments as little as $199 a month. In March, the more you buy, the more savings you could enjoy. Contact Window Nation right now. windownation.com. 866-90-NATION, but you got to tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com, because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, ETHOS. Ethos.com/Mike.
Join us every Friday right around 5:50 for Beer Sample Friday.
Brought to you by Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus, home of free delivery within 75 miles of their store.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
Traffic on the 5s. Matt Baer, he's in the WIBC Traffic Center. What's going on?
The fog is intense this morning here. It is in parts, Tony, especially in the rural areas. We have to be careful out there. Areas of very dense fog, reducing visibility to a quarter mile or less. We're coming in from Hancock County right now, which is moving up to speed. Again, allow plenty of room and give yourself a safe distance. Westbound 70 outside of that. Looking good from State Road 924 65 on the east side. Traffic sponsored by Staples. From posters and presentations to labels and loyalty cards, Staples has all the print to boost your brand. Shop now in store, or you can shop online. Staples, that was easy. I'm Matt Baer with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
We have got, I don't know what we have. I know we're going to have a warm day today. 58 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 6:16. So Kristi Noem is out. What in the world happened? Well, that's a pretty great question, isn't it? What did happen to force Kristi Noem out as the Secretary of Homeland Security? Well, Kristi Noem happened. I mean, I think that's pretty obvious at this stage of the game. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be here. Good to be with you. Let's go over what it is that we know. She is no longer going to be the Secretary of Homeland Security. She is going to be the special envoy for the Shield of the Americas. Americas. Tony, that's a made-up position, right? Kind of, yes. Yes, it is. Yes. This is some new security initiative that Trump is going to be announcing over the weekend. Secretary of State Marco Rubio has already made mention of it. 13 countries are going to be a part of it. We should be clear that I think that this concept was happening anyway. The concept did not get just invented out of thin air. This is much more about the president, the Monroe Doctrine, and impact in the Western Hemisphere. Remember, the Monroe Doctrine, President James Monroe, is to the idea that we are going to thwart European influence in the Western Hemisphere. Under President Trump, it is the idea of thwarting Russian and Chinese influence in the Western Hemisphere. That's why you hear this talk about Cuba and the friendly takeover of Cuba. Still the greatest saying or grouping of words I may have ever heard in my whole life. Just the way he said it. We might have a friendly takeover of Cuba. Oh, okay. That is just so unbelievable. Still, it gives me a chuckle every time I say it, every time I hear it. But that is all about pushing the Chinese out. Maduro, is that about the drugs? Sure. Is that about the oil? 1,000%. Is that about keeping Chinese influence out of South America as a whole? Absolutely. China is in a world of hurt, as we discussed earlier this week, and everybody's now coming around to it. Losing the oil out of Venezuela through those Russian ghost ships, those tankers, losing oil from Iran now, and losing a foothold in the Western Hemisphere with what's happening with Cuba. That is damaging stuff, and good. What do I care if the communist Chinese are damaged? The more damage, the better, until the communists are gone. But Kristi Noem being out is multifold. There are a couple of highlines. One of them I'll share with you in the popcorn moment, which was the back and forth with Senator John Kennedy, which at the time, I missed it at the time, Because what I did not know, what most of us did not know, is that his conversation seemed to be approved, his question seemed to be approved by the White House. He let them know he was going to go directly at the secretary. This about money spent on advertising. Then there was her relationship with staffer Corey Lewandowski, who was President Trump's first campaign manager, first term. I knew Corey a million years ago. I can't say we've spoken in a great number of years. Were they involved in a sexual relationship? The easy money is on yes, absolutely, 10,000%, no question. Then there is the talk that it was what happened with ICE in Minneapolis. Then it was about her just inability to really run the department in a way that, well, she was normal. Because behind the scenes, you hear stories. Now, you never know what the stories are. Behind the scenes, you hear stories about Pete Hegseth. You never know what the stories are. So I don't know which one did it. Was it about the ads, $220 million worth? Was it about the relationship? Was it about being self-serving and being focused only on her? Was it about her two hearings in front of Senate and House Judiciary where the president saw that and said, you know what, this isn't a good look for me? Somewhere within all of that is the truth. And I would argue the ICE stuff might be more towards the bottom of that list. Truly believe that. The move to being the special envoy. Special envoy. Bloody heck. Special envoy to the, what is it again? The, hold on, I had it right here. That's it. The shield of the Americas. Americas. This is a soft landing. Because I don't think Trump actually wanted to get rid of her. He didn't want the look. He didn't want the visual. He picked the team. The team is perfect. You never saw such a team, such a beautiful team, best team ever. No one has ever seen a team like this, believe me. It's not even close. He didn't want it. He didn't want to give the left the win. So, give her this. How do we give her the soft landing and spare ourselves? I think that move was absolutely political. You would think the Democratic Party would be happy. Kristi Noem's out. Okay, now let's go pass some funding for Homeland Security. And Democrats are saying, absolutely not. We won't do it.
Kristi Noem has been fired, consistent with what we have demanded on behalf of the American people. But let me also make clear, a change in personnel is not sufficient. We need a change in policy. And that has to be bold, dramatic, transformational, and meaningful.
Yeah, he doesn't know what the hell he means. But be clear, until they're able to defund ICE, until they're able to get rid of the law enforcement regarding the border, until they can have illegal immigrants in any city they want, voting as they want, they're not going to fund DHS. It's who they are. It's who they are. So you have to accept the fact that the funding won't be there. Now you have to turn this around and put a massive pressure campaign on them. You have to get in their face aggressive. Do not stop, do not rest, do not quit, and most importantly, do not care. Eric Swalwell's a tough guy. Eric Swalwell's a punk who would sell out his mother for a vote. Hakeem Jeffries has no control of his caucus. He's no Nancy Pelosi. Every child who dies from fentanyl is because of Democrats who won't fund Homeland Security. Every action that is negative against the nation is the fault of Democrats who will not fund Homeland Security. They want to see Americans die. This is how Republicans have to push it. They want dead everyone. They don't care who dies. If an illegal immigrant dies, well, they like that. They think it's good for their cause. If an American dies, they like that. They think it's good for their cause. It is true evil. It is. It's broken. They don't have to be this way. And there are some Democrats who aren't this way, but the party is what it is. And this divide is not going anywhere anytime soon, and the only way out is through. I'm just discussing how you're going to have to address it, how you're going to have to punch at these people, how you're going to have to put them on their heels. They want to see Americans killed. That's Eric Swalwell. Eric Swalwell wants to kill your baby. Now, that's a hard ad to create, but with AI, I think everything is possible. If the Republicans will not fight like the Democrats and make this madness stop, they're going to lose. They're going to lose. But if we want to now move to completely dismantle the Department of Homeland Security and move everything back under defense, I'm cool with that too. Keep deporting people. Keep doing it. Move the things back under other organizations, other agencies. Get rid of it altogether. I could live with that easy. Matt Bear's got traffic on the 5s. What's up, Matthew?
South side, northbound 65, slow before Raymond Street into the south split. It is a construction zone. We have a dense fog advisory until 9. Through morning rush, yeah, that means areas of dense fog. Yeah, keep your low beams on. Watch out as you come in from Fishers here this morning on inbound 69. It's going to be foggy. And right now, about 5 minutes from State Road 37 to 465. Nothing else slowing you down so far. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Upgrade your flooring with Drexel Interiors. Shop pet-friendly carpet and luxury vinyl plank. On sale now, plus get 12 months interest-free financing. Visit their Indianapolis or Carville showrooms or DrexelIN.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
According to AAA, the average gas price here in Indiana went up 5 cents in 24 hours. It's Casey. Join us Friday, 9 until noon on 93 WIBC.
High five. Up top.
Dave's company just got the 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business. Yeah! It's 5 years of gig speed internet, advanced security, and a great rate that won't change. All from the company with 99.9% network reliability.
Heck yeah!
He hasn't given this many high fives since Deborah brought in her famous banana bread.
Yes!
The Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee. Powering 5 years of savings, powering possibilities.
And it's hurting, but I am not stopping.
Woo! For a limited time, now through March 29th. Switch to Comcast Business to lock in your rate for 5 years and get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Or ask how to get started with 300 megabit internet and Security Edge for $74 a month with a 2-year agreement. Call today. Restrictions apply. New customers only. 1-year contract required for guaranteed rate. Paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account required. 5-year pricing applies to monthly service charge excluding taxes and fees.
This is Chuck Lofton, here to talk to you about my friends at Exercise Inc. Exercise Inc. is the 20-minute, once-a-week workout program that will change your life. My wife Mary and I have been clients for 6 years. The program has worked well with my busy schedule. I was getting cardio, but I started the program because I understood the importance of strength training to overall health. It's helped me with managing my blood pressure, cholesterol, and blood sugar. The biggest help? My sluggish feeling was replaced with much-needed energy. It's designed to help clients get stronger in a shorter period of time. The studios are private, just you and your coach working to reach your goals. Exercise Inc. has 5 locations: Avon, Brownsburg, Greenwood, Zionsville, and now Fishers. So take it from me, Chuck Lofton. Improve the forecast for your health. Go to exerciseinc.com today to request a free consultation.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the 3rd time in the last 2 years.
I'm done with this. Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career. Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu, an elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
A new threat from Iran.
93 WIBC.
A senior Iranian cleric has appeared on TV to call for the shedding of blood from Israelis and Trump.
What happens next?
Oil prices are rising. Another 6-cent increase also at the gas pump, up 26 cents in 3 days.
Happens here.
37% rating the U.S. economy as poor.
Stay in the know.
Rain will continue off and on through at least Friday night.
While you're on the go.
Hall of Fame coach Lou Holtz has died at the age of 89.
On air, online, and on Alexa. 93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level. On the go.
A debate and a decision. It's 59 degrees in downtown Indianapolis. We have a dense fog advisory in effect through 9. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 6:30. Members of the House debated a war powers resolution Thursday that would limit President Trump's military actionability in Iran.
Kentucky Republican Congressman Andy Barr argued the president didn't need congressional approval for the strikes being conducted in Iran.
The Commander-in-Chief Clause gives the president the exclusive power to command the military in operations approved by Congress.
House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries disagrees.
We believe that Donald Trump needed to get authorization for engaging in a war. He admits it's a war.
Republicans Thomas Massey and Warren Davidson voted with Democrats for the resolution.
And the House voted down its war power resolution, mostly down party lines. That's Fox's Jessica Rosenthal reporting. President Trump is getting rid of his Homeland Security Secretary.
The president's decision to replace Kristi Noem at Homeland Security was a combination of many unfortunate leadership failures, a source tells Fox News, listing controversies over the surge of immigration agents in Minnesota and allegations of an affair. Noem appeared at a pair of Capitol Hill hearings this week and faced bipartisan criticism. GOP lawmakers honing in on a more than $200 million ad campaign. Noem told lawmakers President Trump signed off on the ads, which featured her. But the president told Reuters he did not approve of the ad. President Trump is nominating Oklahoma Republican Senator Markwayne Mullin to succeed Noem at the end of the month.
That's Fox's Jared Halpern reporting. And children can often struggle during the spring forward period of daylight saving time. That's set to take place Sunday. Dr. Harish Rao is the director of pediatric sleep program at Riley Hospital for Children. He says that happens quite a bit.
Children who are kind of gotten used to or like having a strict sleep-wake schedule, like, children who are on the autism spectrum disorder or attention deficit disorder.
And he says that's why it's important for parents of those children to make sure their kids stay in a consistent sleep routine. Both before and after, we have to set our clocks forward an hour this Sunday morning. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. Traffic, weather, and sports together in 3 minutes. It's 6:32.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio. I'm Gary Dick. The U.S. Environmental Protection Agency this week issued a permit for an underground carbon capture and sequestration project at the Cardinal Ethanol facility in Union City. The permit allows One Carbon Partnership to construct a well to inject up to 450,000 metric tons of carbon dioxide annually for 30 years. Local officials expect the project to spur economic development in Randolph County by supporting local jobs and attracting private investment. Dr. Phil Lau, a longtime Purdue University researcher and a giant in Indiana's life sciences industry, has died. Lau spent his career developing therapies for the treatment of various diseases, including many cancer-fighting drugs. He held more than 100 U.S.-issued patents through Purdue and is listed on 600 U.S. and international patents, as well as 145 invention disclosures. Phil Lau was 78. Fort Wayne-based Parkview Health has announced plans to invest $10.8 million to expand women's and children's services at Parkview Hospital Randalia and add more than 75 jobs. The project, set to begin in May, will include construction of a Level 2 special care nursery and an expansion of the Fort Wayne Hospital's Family Birthing Center. From the state's #1 source for Indiana business news, you're listening to Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Today, you either innovate or evaporate. We are accelerating the pursuit of progress.
From the foods we eat to the heights we soar, because this is Indiana, the innovation capital of the world. We rally visionaries across industries, investing connections as much as capital, and fuel our founders from dorm room to boardroom. Fuel your innovation with Elevate Ventures. Visit elevateventures.com.
The Central Indiana Corporate Partnership has announced it has launched a fund aimed at attracting talent to Indiana to make the state a hub for advanced chemistry. The Catalyst Scholars Fund is a 5-year initiative to bring world-class research teams to Indiana's STEM universities, including IU, Purdue, the University of Notre Dame, and Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology. The fund is supported by a $70 million grant from Lilly Endowment to the CICP Foundation and matching commitments from participating universities. This is Gary Dickford, 93 WIBC.
Fog warning until 9 a.m., and that is for you driving right now, so please allow plenty of room on the interstates if you can, and take your time. Add a couple of minutes if you could. Looking at northbound 465 on the east side, that looks fine other than the fog. We're wide open through the construction Penn Pike up to I-69 and a little bit beyond. South side, northbound 65 stop and go before Raymond into the south split. That is a construction zone. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Meet Drexel Interiors' new cabinet line, Drexel Select. Premium cabinets with multiple colors and free in-store design. Get yours in just 5 days. Visit DrexelIN.com to upgrade your home today. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
58 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 6:36. We check on sports. Ryan Hedrick, what's going on?
Tony, good Friday morning. The Indianapolis Colts may be preparing to part ways with one of their defensive leaders. ESPN says they're exploring a trade for Zaire Franklin, which would be merely a salary cap move and give them more flexibility heading into the new season. The run is over for IU women's basketball in the Big Ten tournament. They lost to the Ohio State Buckeyes yesterday, 83-59. Here's IU head coach Terry Morin.
We knew going into it, there were certain areas that we couldn't allow a lot of extra points, and it was off the rebounds, the free throw line, and off our turnovers.
And IU will most likely miss the NCAA tournament this year, ending a run of 6 years straight. The Indiana Pacers hoping to snap a 7-game losing streak in LA tonight against the Lakers, and Butler, IU, and Purdue all wrap up the regular season men's schedules tomorrow in college basketball. Sports brought to you by Ball State Athletics. I'm Ryan Hedrick, on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
Caring for someone nearing the end of life brings questions you may never feel ready to answer, like when is the right time to ask about hospice? How do you balance medical needs with honoring someone's final wishes? This is Tina McIntosh, founder of Joy's House and co-host of Caregiver Crossing. Hospice is more than care at the end of life. Stay tuned.
Cardon & Associates provides residents with the best senior living options and personalized service. Visit cardon.us to find a community near you.
Hospice teams provide medical support, yes, but they also provide guidance and counseling and comfort. Caregivers share how hospice gave them moments of peace they didn't see coming. Sitting together, sharing stories, simply resting without fear. Hospice doesn't take your role away. It makes space for you to step back in your most important role as someone who loves someone who is dying. Caregiver Crossing brings honest conversations about hospice and many other parts of caregiving every Sunday morning. Or you can visit joyshouse.org for past episodes and resources. Rated by Joy's House and distributed in partnership with Network Indiana.
Upgrade your flooring with Drexel Interiors. Shop pet-friendly carpet and luxury vinyl plank on sale now. Plus get 12 months interest-free financing. Visit their Indianapolis or Carmel showrooms or DrexelIN.com.
Post office is going to run out of money. I'm paying $92,000 for a stamp, but they're going to run out of money. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. The last thing I take that back. I did just mail something yesterday, but I think that's like the second time in 9,000 years that I've used regular mail for anything. I'm not talking about, UPS or FedEx or something like that. The Postal Service is going to run out of cash unless Congress lifts a cap and allows the agency to borrow more money. So it's not tomorrow, it's February 2027. If they don't get more dollars, the postmaster general, his name is David Steiner, I don't think he gets an actual uniform. We won't be able to pay the employees. Now, the setting up of postal roads, that's in the Constitution. Do you have to have a post office? Is this still something that's necessary? I think there would be a unique argument for, you absolutely positively do. You want to ensure that you are providing connections to people. And you want to make sure that it has the safety and security necessary. But it's not the way anybody does anything anymore. Does it have to run 6 days a week? Could it run 3 days a week? Communication has changed, and that's not necessary, and bloat is real, and, well, the rest is history. We should all at least accept the fact that changes to the post office and the postal service are going to be necessary. We need to change this thing, for sure. Now, follow-up. Is everybody okay? You know, I was asking the other day locations for our next event, which we have tentatively in June right now. I have a tentative date. I'm not announcing it yet, but June is the month. I was looking to be to the south or to the west. So we've been in Kokomo, we've been in Westfield, we've been in Fishers, we've been downtown Indianapolis. And the south and the west, they are getting left out of good times. I don't want that. So how do we feel about Greenwood? Can I get a yay or nay in the chat room there? If you're following and watching on YouTube, youtube.com/WIBC, on the Twitter X, Tony Katz, Facebook, Tony Katz Radio, Tony at TonyKatz.com. How do we feel about Greenwood? Is Greenwood all right? Because if so, you may be onto something. If not, we'll keep looking. Just want to know, is Greenwood an okay place? South enough for us to bring an event to in June. Just curious. Tony Katz, 93, WIBC, good morning.
We had downsized. In that downsizing, my husband lost his man cave.
Everyone is talking about Galaxy Concrete Coatings and their transformation, like your neighbor Deb.
My husband and I were at the home show and saw all these vendors with garage floor coatings. The one that stayed with us was Galaxy.
Galaxy Concrete Coatings is 4 times stronger than epoxy.
I'm the only one home, and so it's nice when well-dressed, clean-cut, respectful crew show up. That's what Galaxy sent.
Commercial or residential, Galaxy transforms pools, patios, garage floors, and driveways in as little as 1 day, and it comes with a lifetime warranty.
Warranties are real important for us, and to know that should there be an issue, Galaxy was standing behind it. That's pretty much what tipped us over to go with Galaxy.
Click on GalaxyConcreteCoatings.com and remember to like us on Facebook.
We are so proud to open our garage store.
We're out of this world.
The Attorney General's Office, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every week. Visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov or text Tony Katz to 46220 today.
Hear that? That's Mike. He took ZQL Pure Z's, so now he's sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. ZQL Pure Z's are fast-acting melatonin gummies with a complementary botanical blend to help Mike get the sleep he needs to wake up refreshed and ready to conquer Monday. Let's do this Monday. ZQL Pure Z's, just for sleep. Really great sleep. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Use as directed.
See Kid Rock live with John Party on Friday, June 19th at Ruoff Music Center. One huge night of country and rock you won't want to miss. Get your tickets now at WIBC.com.
Let's begin. Let's talk about your relationship.
I can't stand all these wild swings, Doc. It's driving me crazy. It's hot, it's cold.
How does that make you feel?
Oh, I'm so confused. I can't figure out how to act, what to wear.
Listen up, Buttercup. You're in Indiana. This is the way it is. Just listen to WIBC.
Are the weather swings about to put you in therapy? Save yourself the copay and listen to WIBC for updates, because it could change in the next 10 minutes.
Shall we schedule something next week?
Your winter therapy station, 93 WIBC.
A new threat from Iran.
93 WIBC.
A senior Iranian cleric has appeared on TV to call for the shedding of blood from Israelis and Trump.
What happens next?
Oil prices are rising. Another 6-cent increase also at the gas pump, up 26 cents in 3 days.
Happens here.
37% rating the U.S. economy as poor.
Stay in the know.
Rain will continue off and on through at least Friday night.
While you're on the go.
Hall of Fame coach Lou Holtz has died at the age of 89.
On air, online, and on Alexa.
Coming up on the Hammer and Nigel show, more fallout from Donald Trump firing his DHS Secretary Kristi Noem. Plus, get up! It's Beer Sample Friday. The weekend is here. 3 o'clock, 93 WIBC.
What do we got? We got weather. No. It's now the juggling part of our program.
Excuse me.
I don't know. Maybe is Ethan Hatcher waiting to come on?
Hello.
Oh, sorry. That's Casey Daniels, right there.
Let's get to you.
Matt Bear has traffic on
northbound 65 on the south side, stopped after South Keystone Avenue up to the south split. That is a construction zone. Dense fog advisory up until 9 a.m. this morning. Areas of dense fog just all over the place. Expect to leave a couple minutes early today and give yourself plenty of time. This is the real stuff. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Upgrade your flooring with Drexel Interiors. Shop pet-friendly carpet and luxury vinyl plank on sale now. Plus, get 12 months interest-free financing. Visit their Indianapolis or Carmel showrooms or DrexelIN.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the fives. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
We've got 58 degrees right now in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 6:46. Is there any question as to whether or not people support deportations? Because the answer is no. There is no question. Americans support the deportation of illegal immigrants. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Poll after poll after poll after poll. It goes on and on and on. Now, there could be a question of how, but there's no question of if. None. Whether it's the Wall Street Journal, name the polling group, the result comes back the same, time and again. So even when we look to where the political left is this actually representative of anybody who may not vote for Trump? And by the way, is it always going to be about Trump? And the answer to that is yes. That's a hard yes, kitten. Of course, it's always about Trump. It's never about policy. It's never about the party. This is about Trump. I need things to be about policy. Because policy is what it is we need to be after. What is it that we're trying to do? When you have people like the governor of Minnesota, Tim Walz, engaged in such outrageous tomfoolery.
No, it is what you're hearing, Jim. They need to make the changes now. This is their job. Rein in this rogue agency and make them sit in front of you and answer the questions. And my demand for all the senators who are voting, don't vote for anything until they let us be part of the investigation into these murders and these crimes.
I wouldn't let Tim Walz be a part of anything. Confirm Mark Wayne Mullin, and ICE should continue. That's where the story needs to be. ICE continues. Who cares what Tim Walz has to say? A guy who governed over fraud, a guy who was supportive of attacks on ICE. He was. This is not debate. We're not doing that. two things can happen at the same time. The left won't allow for this, but we don't have to listen to this. You can make changes to how ICE operates, but not stop what ICE does. And since we know for sure that in places like New Orleans, we don't have any issues. You don't have this protest. No one's covering this. No one's talking about this. You're not hearing about these things. This is about the radicals in Minnesota who are organized and proactive in trying to disrupt ICE and trying to harm ICE agents. And the argument should be in return that the removal of illegal immigrants is an important task. Americans do favor it. And even if they didn't favor it, it's still an important task. Because you're not allowed to come into the country illegally. We are a nation of laws, not a nation of your feelings, Tim Walz. No one cares about your feelings. We don't even think you're a good guy. Your kids might think you're a good guy. We don't. Billions and billions of dollars worth of fraud. You have really nothing to say. ICE needs to continue. One of the latest stories is that ICE law enforcement arrested a 46-year-old illegal alien from Cameroon, a recruit for the New Orleans Police Department. You're here illegally. You're not allowed to have a firearm. He's carrying a firearm. What have we done? And the answer is we've done great damage. As I brought up on Newsmax, this was, when was this? This was earlier this week, I forget which day. There was this big back and forth about whether or not ICE agents should be at polling places. Remember that? It was Chris Coons, the senator from Delaware. Are you going to have, Kristi Noem, ICE agents at polling places? And she said, I don't know, are you going to have illegal immigrants voting? And so this was part of the back and forth that took place there, including some commentaries from Tom Tillis screaming and yelling and Dick Durbin.
By lawmakers. Take a listen.
What we've seen is a disaster. Under your leadership, Ms. Noem, a disaster.
An estimated 1.9 million through self-deportation. That's just an extraordinary record, a complete turnaround from the utter chaos and disaster we saw at the border under your predecessor.
How did you think that calling them domestic terrorists at that scene was somehow going to calm the situation?
You know, Senator, we are working in those situations where there's a tragic loss of life and that there is something that our agents are involved in, that we continue to deliver information. The patriots that work at the Department of Homeland Security still get up every day and do their jobs and work hard to protect the American people. We are damaging families to make a political point. Tony, I want to get your take on the back and forth there, and also this taking place right now with what we're seeing taking place over in the Middle East.
Well, first I would remind Senator Tom Tillis that he is right. We are disgusted by what we are seeing, and that is him posturing himself there in front of Secretary Noem, in front of the Senate, as if somehow the utilization of ICE is a bad thing. Illegal immigration is wrong, and we should remove illegal immigrants from the country. Legal immigration is fantastic. We should have systems that ensure that we get the very best people coming into the country. But this is, as you're bringing up, the conversation of defunding the Department of Homeland Security, which means we don't have a Coast Guard at full effect with full dollars, which means we don't have a series of things happening to keep Americans safe, whether it's fentanyl coming into the country or, as we see this action in Iran, what about this conversation of terrorist cells? Never mind those who might enter the country now, those who were let in under President Biden for 4 years when open borders was not only happening, it seemed to be a strategy, this slow murdering or suiciding of the nation. We can argue that for years we we didn't do enough to secure the border. The 4 years of Biden were horrifying. That's where our anger and our disgust should be. We should absolutely right now demand the funding of the Department of Homeland Security to ensure this level of safety and security. And you can do that while demanding that you want more information about why these shootings of Renee Good and Alex Preddy took place and what better can be done for ICE to do its job properly. But ICE should keep doing its job. Every day. They should triple down. Because people support the deportations of illegal immigrants, and even if they didn't, ICE should still do its job. The argument should not be, well, we have to rethink this. No, you don't have to rethink this. Illegal immigrants need to go, and you need to triple down on it, and you need to show what you're doing every day. Show your work. How many people removed? How many illegal immigrants gone? How many rapists gone? How many violent offenders gone? This, that, and the other. They've been doing a good job of that. Now is the time to triple down on that. 10,000%. Because guys like Tim Walz, they can't keep a country safe, and they don't want to. Matt Bear's got traffic on the 5s. What's up, Matthew?
Southside northbound 65, stop and go traffic after South Keystone Avenue into the south split. That is a construction zone. And a dense fog advisory until 9 a.m. this morning. Man, is it bad in some areas, especially the rural areas. Do not be tempted to turn on your high beams. Keep the low beams on only so everybody can see you. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Upgrade your flooring with Drexel Interiors. Shop pet-friendly carpet and luxury vinyl plank on sale now. Plus, get 12 months interest-free financing. Visit their Indianapolis or Carmel showrooms or DrexelIN.com. Matt Bear at WIBC Traffic.
Hammer and Nigel.
3,364 children found by ICE.
Don't forget, lost under Biden and cartels enabled with his open border policies.
The wine moms meetings in Westfield, they're not going to talk about this. 3,364. If my tax dollars are going to be spent, I'm fine with that.
Hammer and Nigel, weekdays 3 till 7 on 93 WIBC and WIBC.com.
Xfinity Tech Support, Matthew speaking.
Hi, I live in a pretty remote place, like Jurassic Park remote. No!
Wow.
Will Xfinity Mobile work out here?
Yep, the combination of reliable Wi-Fi and 5G makes it so that you can stay connected in all kinds of places. Plus, you get access to ultra-fast speeds and coverage, whether you're poolside or out live streaming with a T-Rex.
Hold still, you're about to go viral.
Welcome to a new era of Wi-Fi boosted mobile. Cut your mobile bill in half with 2 lines of unlimited. Discover a new era of Wi-Fi boosted mobile at xfinitymobile.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Watch Jurassic Park with Xfinity. Savings comparison based on promotional rate for 2 lines of Xfinity Mobile Unlimited versus 2 lines of T-Mobile Experience More, Verizon Unlimited Plus, and AT&T Starter as of February 10th, 2026.
Guy Relford here. Time again for the Indy 1500 Gun and Knife Show this coming weekend at the State Fairgrounds, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. There's never been a more important time to exercise our rights as true Americans. It's the Indy 1500 Gun and Knife Show. See the best in sporting, hunting, and personal protection gear, plus great displays of Americana. Come see us this weekend at the Indy 1500 Gun and Knife Show, Friday 2 to 7, Saturday 9 to 6, and Sunday 9 to 4. It's the Indy 1500 Gun and Knife Show. See you there.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-777-1225. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-777-1225. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-777-1225. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-777-1225. 777-1225 or biglou.com.
I work here.
I work here.
I work here. I work here.
I work here.
I work here.
We all work here at Radio 1 Indianapolis, one of the most diverse media groups in the world. We bring very different backgrounds and ideas together to create the best information and entertainment around. And right now, we're looking for someone to join the family. We have a sales assistant position available. If you've got great organizational skills and an interest in media and entertainment, we want to talk to you. Apply now at radio1.com/careers. Bilingual preferred. Radio 1 is an equal opportunity employer.
A new threat from Iran.
93 WIBC.
A senior Iranian cleric has appeared on TV to call for the shedding of blood from Israelis and Trump.
What happens next?
Oil prices are rising. Another 6-cent increase also at the gas pump, up 26 cents in 3 days.
Happens here.
37% rating the U.S. economy as poor.
Stay in the know.
Rain will continue off and on through at least Friday night.
While you're on the go.
Hall of Fame coach Lou Holtz has died at the age of 89.
On air, online, and on Alexa.
Good Friday morning. Coming up in 2 minutes, the warning forecasters want you to know: why a group of central Indiana kids may be in trouble with the law, what the governor is doing to protect children, and what a Hoosier political leader said about Lou Holtz. After Fox News from the Dugan Air Heating and Cooling Mitsubishi Electric Studios. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1, Indianapolis. It's 7 o'clock.
There's lots more smoke billowing across Iran. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. Hit with more strikes on day 7 of the war.
This operation is really ahead of schedule. The Americans and the Israelis are continuing to pound the Iranian regime. The Iranians are still firing missiles toward Israel. Overnight, some of those missiles overshot their targets and landed in the sea.
Fox's Trey Yangst in Tel Aviv says there is some damage outside the city from the debris from these downed missiles.
And some of them have cluster munitions on the warheads that are making it very dangerous for the population below here in Israel.
And as the U.S. keeps bombarding Iran, President Trump says,
I'm once again calling on all members of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard, the military, and the police to lay down their arms. They're only going to be killed.
And as Iran considers who will lead the country after Supreme Leader Ayatollah Khamenei was killed, Fox's Peter Doocy reports from the White House.
After being able to go into Venezuela, take the leader out, and then have a hand in what happens next, the president seems very encouraged to try to replicate that in places like Iran. That is why he is telling Axios they are wasting their time. Khamenei's son is a lightweight. I have to be involved in the appointment.
And in this conflict, oil prices keep rising. $85 a barrel now. A week ago, it was $65. And at the gas pump, another 7-cent increase. So AAA's national average for regular at $3.32 a gallon is up 33 cents in 4 days. There is a change atop Homeland Security. Secretary Kristi Noem fired after controversial immigration enforcement, and the Senate's Democratic leader Chuck Schumer posted on X, "Good riddance, but more needs to be done," as Democrats keep blocking new DHS funding, demanding ICE be reformed and reined in. Republican Senator Mark Wayne Mullen is President Trump's pick to replace Noem.
There's a lot of work we can do to get Department of Homeland Security working, working for the American people.
Mullen would need to be confirmed by the Senate. In Oklahoma, Senator Mullen's home state, there's tornado damage, and a mother and daughter were reportedly killed when the vehicle they were in got hit. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Well, there's a delay in what it means for you. Right now it's 59 degrees in downtown Indianapolis. A foggy start to your Monday or Friday morning. A dense fog advisory remains in effect until 9. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 7:02. Part of the state is at risk of flooding after several days of steady rain. Mike Ryan from the National Weather Service, Indianapolis, says some streams and rivers are slower to respond, so flooding impacts may be delayed.
Especially when you get into the bigger streams like the East Fork of the White, the main stem White, and then even the Wabash as you go further west, because all of the water that's gone into the creeks and streams has to work down those streams and then get into the bigger main stem rivers.
And Ryan says more rain is coming today with a short break afterward. Then another round of storms is expected to start Tuesday into Wednesday. Governor Mike Braun signed a bill into law that will change how young people in Indiana use social media. Beginning next year, kids 15 and under will not be allowed to use platforms like Facebook and Instagram or TikTok unless a parent or guardian gives permission to do that. Parents will have to verify their identity by providing information such as a social security number or details from a driver's license.
Social media legislation was one of the most difficult to navigate that I've personally experienced as Secretary of Education.
And that is Indiana Secretary of Education, Dr. Katie Jenner. During the 25 legislative session last December, she said that passing some sort of social media ban affecting kids was one of the biggest priorities for the 26th legislative session. A group of kids detained by cops in McCordsville this week. Here's Jarrett Lewis.
The McCordsville Police Department says they got multiple calls on Thursday about some reckless driving. Turns out 6 youngsters were riding e-bikes through the town, sometimes as fast as 40 miles per hour. Officers said the kids were also doing wheelies, passing vehicles on the shoulder, and totally disregarding traffic signs. The group refused to stop for officers, leading to other police agencies having to respond. The kids were eventually detained. Police said they were between the ages of 13 and 17. There were no reports of injuries or any damage. Jarrett Lewis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
A man who ran a drug operation in Indianapolis that dealt meth and fentanyl across the city is now behind bars. Thanks to Indianapolis police, Jewel Dotson was being watched for weeks before the police busted him this week. They served several search warrants, which came up with drugs and guns. Lou Holtz, the former Notre Dame head football coach who died Wednesday, was honored by Indiana Congressman Rudy Yocum this week, who remembered meeting Holtz at a Notre Dame hockey game.
He's someone who brought out the best of people. He got more out of people than they ever believed possible. He inspired them to be the best that they could be. And he set a high standard of excellence that the people around him could only hope to achieve.
And Lou Holtz was 89 years old, survived by his 4 children. I'm Ryan Hedrick, on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 7:05. Traffic on the 5s. Good Friday morning, Matt Bear.
What's happening, Ryan? Looking at northbound 65 on the south side. Slow Raymond Street into the south split. That is a construction zone. Eastbound 70 on the brakes before rural coming out of the north split. Keeping an eye on that. And there's a dense fog advisory until 9 a.m. Lots of fog out there today. Please allow a couple of extra minutes. And don't be tempted to use those high beam lights. Traffic sponsored by WeatherBug. Get the fastest local alerts and accurate 24/7 forecast with WeatherBug. It's easy to use so the weather never takes you by surprise. Download the free WeatherBug app today. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Tara Hastings, Wish TV meteorologist. What's going on?
Hey, good morning. We got a little bit of patchy fog out there this morning. That dense fog advisory runs until 9 o'clock. We'll look for mainly cloudy conditions throughout the day, maybe a little bit of sunshine peeking through at times. A spotty shower or storm could be possible in the afternoon, but I think a lot of locations will remain dry. It is going to be incredibly warm today. We'll go with a high of 76. That will break the record of 75 set back in 1973, and some spots in southern Indiana may actually reach 80 degrees. Down to 64 degrees tonight. Some showers and thunderstorms possible overnight and into the first part on Saturday. Those could be on the stronger side with some gusty winds, maybe some hail. Highs on Saturday near 70, and I think much of Sunday is going to be dry, lots of sunshine, still temps above normal, right around 61.
That right there is Tara Hastings from Wish TV. Always a pleasure, Tara. We'll catch up more in a little bit. 58 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 7:07. Ford recalling 600,000 vehicles because of windshield wipers. If you have a 2022 Explorer, an Escape, a Lincoln Aviator, or a Lincoln Corsair, the windshield wiper motor may fail. Which I guess is kind of important if it's raining and you're driving and then you can't see this. You know, you can't see what's in front of you. You can't see what's ahead of you. It could be an issue. A potential problem. Did I say hello? Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good to be with you. And then the Indy Star is reporting that those who are going to engage challenges of members of the General Assembly who did not push for redistricting are meeting with people in D.C. Invited to a meeting at the White House, Senator Jim Banks, Representative Erin Houchin, she's the 9th District. Trump met with these people. Challenges against Greg Walker, Brenda Wilson. You got Brenda Wilson who's running against Greg Good. Challenges to Spencer Deary. Challenges to Jim Buck. Challenges to Travis Holdman. And then some others who are heading out there. Okay. I guess the people saying that there was going to be some challenges were kind of serious about it. I know one of these challenges ended up, the guy was like, "Oh, I didn't realize I was going to have to do any work. I'm not going to run." I forget who that was right now. I don't know how it's going to work out. People running for office is a good thing. I don't like what this person did. I'm going to run because I think it can be done better. That's how it goes. I don't think any of this is weird or strange or anything else. So I guess the White House was a little more serious than anybody thought. I don't know if this is going to be money, right? They say Turning Point and Club for Growth are going to support these primary challengers. Primary is May 5th. Yeah, May 5th. So, should be an interesting couple of months. Look forward to it. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
My husband's an animal in bed.
Well, you know.
Not in the fun way. Think warthog. With a chainsaw.
Snoring and sleep apnea affect over 90 million people, and 1 out of 4 couples sleep in separate rooms. Advent can help. We've been your one-stop solution for nasal congestion, snoring, and sleep apnea for over 20 years. Unlike many other practices, we focus exclusively on these conditions, so you get comprehensive care under one roof. Advent's unique approach can help you breathe and sleep better, and many avoid a CPAP. Plus, most insurance is accepted for our effective 20-minute in-office treatments.
Hey, the only animal you want in your bed is your dog.
Advent. Sleep better. Sleep together. Learn how you can improve your life at adventknows.com.
Ferry residents, this is Tooth speaking. I'm sorry, did you say credit? Credit Ferry? Perhaps you have the wrong number. Actually, no, I'm not familiar with the Credit Ferry, and I know all the ferries. We're a tight-knit bunch. Why don't you tell me more about what the Credit Ferry does? Maybe it'll ring a bell. The Credit Ferry magically raises your credit score so you'll be more likely to receive better interest rates? I'm pretty sure there's not a Credit Ferry. But I do know you can improve your credit rating by paying bills on time and keeping your credit card balances low. Glad I could help. Me? Well, I leave money under children's pillows. Adults? No, kids only. But I do know a good dentist.
There's no magic to improving your credit, but there is help, and it's free. Go to creditferry.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the Consumer Bankers Foundation, the Leadership Conference on Civil Rights Education Fund, and the Ad Council.
Spring is fast approaching and a great time for a new Lincoln at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers. 0% financing is back. That's right, 0% for 48 months on new Corsair, Nautilus, and Aviator. Plus 0% for 36 months on new Navigator. With these rates, it's absolutely the best time to buy. Be sure to check them all out at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers. Our family serving yours since 1972.
0% APR for 48 months on 2026 Lincoln Corsair, Nautilus, and Aviator. 0% APR for 36 months on 2025 Lincoln Navigator. Subject to credit approval. Offers end 3/31/26. See dealer for complete offer details.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term.
Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions require.
Hammer and Nigel here for our friends at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. It's the tax time bonus sale. Save up to 50% off. They pay your sales tax plus extra discounts for cash or 1-year interest-free financing. That's Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus.
And don't forget free delivery, saving you more. Sale ends Monday, only at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. ThompsonFurniture.net. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
Hammer and Nigel.
3,364 children found by ICE.
Don't forget, lost under Biden and cartels enabled with his open border policies.
The Wine Moms meetings in Westfield, they're not going to talk about this. 3,364. If my tax dollars are going to be spent, I'm fine with that.
Hammer and Nigel, weekdays 3 till 7 on 93 WIBC and WIBC.com.
LD Smith Plumbing.
A dirty, stinking honest.
A new threat from Iran.
93 WIBC.
A senior Iranian cleric has appeared on TV to call for the shedding of blood from Israelis and Trump.
What happens next?
Oil prices are rising. Another 6-cent increase also at the gas pump, up 26 cents in 3 days.
Happens here.
37% rating the U.S. economy as poor.
Stay in the know.
Rain will continue off and on through at least Friday night.
While you're on the go.
Hall of Fame coach Lou Holtz has died at the age of 89.
On air, online, and on Alexa.
Traffic on the 5s. Matt Bear, what's going on?
Crash coming out of the north split. It's eastbound 70 at Rural Street, and right now the left shoulder is blocked. Several cars off on that left shoulder, including a new Hoosier helper plus authority. So please be careful. It's going to be a little bit slow there. And we have this fog advisory until 9 a.m. Patches of fog all over the place, especially bad in the rural parts. Please allow a couple of extra minutes going to work today. Traffic sponsored by TextNow. Some people still pay $100 a month for phone service. TextNow gives you 5G without the 5-figure commitment. Unlimited talk, unlimited text, unlimited freedom to switch things up. Try TextNow today. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
58 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 7:15. Video's up. Gearing up for the popcorn moment, brought to you by Booher, B-O-O-H-E-R, BooherRemodeling.com. You know the story. If it's in your four walls, Booher is the call. Because right now, what's in your four walls, you don't like that at all. You're not happy. You're not pleased. You're like, this is just not the house that I want now. It was the house you wanted, but you've changed. Times change. And let Booher help you make the changes necessary so you can enjoy your house right now. The best materials, the most skilled craftsmen, the highest quality brand names you know and trust. They stand behind their work with a 2-year workmanship guarantee. But what they really do is give you peace of mind. That's what Booher Remodeling does. From that initial consultation, you know you're in good hands. You know somebody's listening to you, trying to accomplish for you what it is you're trying to get from your head into reality. And they don't just try. They succeed, turning your visions into reality. They've been doing this for 2 decades, taking your kitchen, making it work for your family, taking that bathroom, bringing it into this century. And how about a basement that's actually part of the home? Booher Remodeling. They're the people to talk to. They deliver quality work on time with a service-oriented attitude. They're good people. Let them help you create your visions. Talk to Booher Remodeling today. 317-852-5546. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. 317-852-5546. Booher Remodeling, 852-5546, or online at Booher, B-O-O-H-E-R. BooherRemodeling.com. The popcorn moment. Let's go. It's a story you need to hear to believe. Then grab your popcorn, because there is more. So why is it that Kristi Noem got fired as the Secretary of Homeland Security? I don't find myself worrying about it. I replaced Pam Bondi, replaced Kristi Noem. I've said you can get rid of the Department of Homeland Security, fold it back under defense. I'm cool. Put it back into its component parts. We don't need a Department of Homeland Security. Maybe it was a reactionary thing to create to begin with. Maybe we just need to do a better job at our defense. This coming, of course, post-September 11th. I'd be fine with this as long as we're defending the nation. I don't need more agencies to prove that we're safer. But being fired, what caused it? Was it what happened in Minneapolis? Was it a poor running of the departments? Was it the relationship with Corey Lewandowski? Or was it this? Was it indeed the back and forth she had with Senator John Kennedy? Senator John Kennedy started asking her about money spent on an ad campaign. $220 million. It's a lot of money. It's an outrageous amount of money. The story here is that the White House was fully aware that Senator Kennedy was going to ask these questions because he was very angry about it. What are we spending this money on? Why are we spending this much money? And they all center around her, and she's the star of these commercials. And is this about her ego, or is this about what is this? The White House, as reported, did not put up any fight to Senator Kennedy to ask these questions. They basically went, all right. Which means they wanted her to go through this. Which means Trump wanted to see it. And even if he didn't want to see it and he didn't say it like that, clearly everybody knew that he was going to watch. And it was the answers that made him say, okay, you got to go. This was the exchange with Senator Kennedy, who, by the way, is a national treasure, is Senator John Kennedy, Republican from Louisiana.
I believe you have a policy, Madam Secretary, that you have to approve all contracts at your department over $100 million.
No, sir. I have a policy in place that I review contracts. My deputy chiefs have the ability to review anything under $5 million. Above that, I evaluate and look at.
Okay. And you do that, I understand, to try to curb waste and abuse of taxpayer money. Is that right?
Yes, sir. In fact, it's been extremely effective. We've saved the taxpayers over $13.2 billion just by evaluating contracts, negotiating lower ones, and canceling ones that aren't necessary to do our duties.
How do you square that concern for waste, which I share, with the fact that you have spent $220 million running television advertisements that feature you prominently?
Sir, the president tasked me with getting the message out to the country and to other countries where we were seeing the invasion come from, with putting commercials out that told them that if they were in this country illegally, that they needed to leave, or we would detain them and remove them, and they'd not get the chance to come back to America the right way. That has been extremely effective.
Ask you to run these advertisements, is that right?
We had that conversation, yes, before I was put in this position and sworn in and confirmed, and since then as well.
She said that Trump knew. According to the reporting, Trump didn't approve this stuff. Trump had no idea what ads are being created or being spent. And that was enough for him. What did she figure? That he would say nothing? You Don't invoke the big guy's name unless you got the big guy's support.
Okay. Did you bid out those service contracts?
Yes, they did. They went out to a competitive bid, and career officials at the department chose who would do those advertising commercials.
And the people that you ended up picking were people who had formerly done your political work back in South Dakota. Is that right?
No, that's not correct, sir.
I think it is.
No, it's not, sir. The individuals who, I believe the careers who they chose were two different media firms. There's been conversation about their subcontractors, but we have no legal authority to look into subcontractors on work like that.
So your friends got the money. Now, if your friends can't get the money, I mean, what's the point of even having friends? No, is that not how it works? Because that should be how it works. This went on for 5 minutes. This was everything that John Kennedy was talking about, and so that's just a sampling. I mean, he goes back to it even just a little bit more with this.
Okay. And you're saying that you're testifying that President Trump approved this ahead of time. Is that my understanding?
We had conversations about making sure that we were telling people.
No, ma'am. I'm asking you, sorry to interrupt, but the president approved ahead of time you spending $220 million running TV ads across the country in which you are featured prominently.
Yes, sir. We went through the legal processes, did it correctly,
did the president
worked
know
with
you were going
OMB.
to do this?
Yes.
At that moment, I got to admit, at the time, I didn't think as much of it. But John Kennedy knew what he was doing. He had information we didn't have. And you got to wonder at that moment, is Kristi Noem saying to herself, how many boxes am I going to need to clear out my office? Do I hire a moving company or just get a pod and then I have Corey load everything up? What happened? This is not what I wanted. Was she saying to herself, Trump is going to call me into his office tomorrow. I'm going to the Oval tomorrow. That's what's happening. Okay, this is, this was fun. I mean, he walked her right in. Got her to say, yes, Trump knew. Allowing Trump to say, I didn't know, and that's ballgame. Is that the moment? Maybe. Senator Markwayne Mullin of Oklahoma has been nominated to replace her as Secretary of Homeland Security. One will assume, even in a partisan Senate, he will get through. Other Republican senators would have no reason not to vote for him. And you would still have a tie break with J.D. Vance. So I assume there was a little bit of vetting before they made the decision. By the way, as I know it, Oklahoma, the governor there, Kevin Stitt, Republican, he will be able to appoint someone to fill the shoes of Senator Mullin for the remainder of the term, and then, of course, elections will continue. So Republicans do not fear losing the seat. Matt Bear has traffic on the 5s. What's up, Matty Boo Boo?
What's happening, Tony? Looking at a crash coming out of the north split. It's eastbound 70 approaching rural, and that's on the left shoulder. No delay at the moment. Be careful going through there. Northbound 65 on the south side. Stop and go after South Keystone Avenue into the south split. That is a construction zone. And a fog advisory until 9 a.m., allowing a couple of extra minutes as you leave for work this morning. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Upgrade your flooring with Drexel Interiors. Shop pet-friendly carpet and luxury vinyl plank on sale now. Plus, get 12 months interest-free financing. Visit their Indianapolis or Carmel showrooms or DrexelIN.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Coming up on the Hammer and Nigel show, more fallout from Donald Trump firing his DHS Secretary Kristi Noem. Plus, get up! It's Beer Sample Friday. The weekend is here. 3 o'clock, 93 WIBC.
If you owe back taxes, listen carefully to rule number 1. Never go up against the IRS alone. They're cracking down, freezing bank accounts, garnishing paychecks, canceling passports. Even your home or business could be at risk. But here's what they don't tell you. The IRS has powerful tax relief programs that could save you thousands refunds if you qualify. That's why smart people call Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax resolution firm. Nobody knows these programs like the experts at Optima. Their team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $2 billion in tax debt for people just like you. The IRS is not stopping, so don't wait, and don't take them on alone. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, call Optima today for a free consultation.
Call 800-598-4799. 800-598-4799. 800-598-4799.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Garage door problems? Call today for service today. Garage Doors of Indianapolis services all makes of garage doors 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call today for service today. 875-4577. Call today for service today. Get it fixed right now. Call Garage Doors of Indianapolis at 875-4577 or visit doorstoday.com.
In the morning, call 875-4577.
Service today?
Today.
This season, get Express Pro Tire and Auto's Refresh Your Ride package for just $69.99. Includes a synthetic blend oil change, tire rotation, brake inspection, and more. Some restrictions apply. See details at xpressspro.com.
Express Pro Tire and
Pella of Indianapolis provides window and door replacement with products you can trust. For a limited time, call 833-87-PELLA or visit PellaIndy.com/radio and get 24% off Pella products. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Do you know what a high school athletic administrator does every day? A lot.
Athletic administrators hire coaches, schedule referees, and organize games. They maintain facilities, purchase equipment, and arrange transportation.
They prepare budgets, secure sponsorships, and oversee school safety. They coordinate volunteers, communicate with parents, and handle public relations, and so much more.
Not only are they educators, but athletic administrators are mentors and marketers, accountants and HR managers, fundraisers, and problem solvers.
They wear so many hats. They have to work long hours to do it all. And we couldn't play high school sports without them.
To every athletic administrator in Indiana, thank you for everything you do to make education-based athletics possible.
We see you, we salute you, and we are thankful for you.
I'm Commissioner Paul Neidig. Show your appreciation for athletic administrators by buying a ticket to your high school's athletic events. This is recognizing their role. This is applauding their work. This is your IHSAA.
Meet Drexel Interior's new cabinet line, Drexel Select. Premium cabinets with multiple colors and free in-store design. Get yours in just 5 days. Visit DrexelIN.com to upgrade your home today.
The Attorney General's Office, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every week. Visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov or text Tony Katz to 46220 today.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
A jump at the pump. It's 58 degrees in downtown Indianapolis. A dense fog advisory remains in effect for the next 90 minutes or so. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 7:31. You've probably noticed that gas prices have jumped to $3.32 this week on the average. That's up 34 cents from last week.
Meanwhile, a major 10-cent jump on Monday night marked the largest single-day price hike since the Russian invasion 4 years ago. The rising gas prices that you pay are being fueled by the soaring oil prices. A barrel of crude oil now trading above $81. This all comes, of course, as the military action impacts a critical oil shipping route in the Strait of Hormuz, through which about 1/5 of the world's crude oil and natural gas typically passes.
Fox's Todd Pyro reports that the war in the Middle East has grounded cargo flights, raising concerns about delays and higher prices for items like medicine and electronics. In Washington, the conflict is also shaping political conversation. Tensions with Iran continue to widen as attacks spread across the region following a joint operation by Israel and the U.S. last weekend, which is drawing criticism from several congressional Democrats.
He's used speed and an aggressive nature to take out what is a cancer, the largest state sponsor of terrorism, sowing chaos in the region. And it makes me proud to be an American that we finally have a president who's actually standing up for our security and doing something about this 47-year-old terror regime.
And that is Republican Representative August Pfluger of Texas. He represents the 11th Congressional District, speaking with Fox News. Texas Congressman Tony Gonzalez announced last night that he will not be running for re-election. His decision came a day after he acknowledged having an affair with a staff member who later died from injuries after she set herself on fire. In a separate development in Texas politics, Attorney General Ken Paxton, currently in a close primary runoff for the Republican nomination for the U.S. Senate, suggested he may step out of the race, which could leave Senator John Cornyn with a clear path to the nomination.
Thursday morning, President Trump told Politico that was, quote, bad for him to say, adding maybe that leaves me to go the other direction, inferring he'd endorse Senator Cornyn. Then by late Thursday morning, Paxton wrote on X, I would consider dropping out of this race if Senate leadership agrees to lift the filibuster and passes the Save America Act.
And that's Fox 4 TV's Casey Stiegel reporting. Daylight saving time forces us to spring forward this weekend. Here's John Herrick.
Dr. Harish Rao is the Associate Director of the Pediatric Sleep Program at Riley Hospital for Children. He says he's seen both kids and adults struggle in the days after they lost an hour of sleep.
The cumulative loss over the following week, people can lose up to like 2 to 3 hours following the change.
He says it's important to make sure you relax before going to bed, and if you need to take a nap in the subsequent days, make sure it doesn't last too long or too close to nighttime, because then that can make the next night's sleep more restless. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And sports on WIBC at 7:34. It looks like the Indianapolis Colts are exploring their options with linebacker Zaire Franklin. ESPN says the team has been in discussions with other teams about a potential trade. A deal completed before the league's cutoff would free up cap space and help Indianapolis get its books in order for the year ahead. President Trump is hosting a White House roundtable today to talk about the future of college athletics. 4 power commissioners will be there, and IU Athletic Director Scott Dolson is expected to take part. Indiana's Big Ten women's tournament run is over after losing to Ohio State 83-59 Thursday. That came a day after the Hoosiers rallied past Nebraska. IU head coach Terry Morin.
Still really proud of the fight that they showed all the way to the very end, and particularly here in the last month. This is a team that's gone 7-3. So they've stuck together.
And the Hoosiers were 17-13 this year. Butler, IU, and Purdue wrap up their college season schedules tomorrow in the Big Ten, or in the men's basketball, and the Indiana Pacers, looking to snap a 7-game losing streak, play the LA Lakers tonight. Sports brought to you by Ball State Athletics. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 7:35. Traffic on the 5s. Here's Matt Bear.
Eastbound 70 coming out of the North Split, crash at Rural on the left shoulder, slow to the North Split. Southbound 65-70 loaded, Michigan Street to the South Split, and more construction is slowing down northbound 65 after South Keystone Avenue into the South Split. Northwest side, northbound 465 slow, 86th Street up to 865. Inbound 69 tied around 96th, and a fog advisory until 9 a.m. Please allow plenty of time as you head to work this morning. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Upgrade your flooring with Drexel Interiors. Shop pet-friendly carpet and luxury vinyl plank on sale now. Plus, get 12 months interest-free financing. Visit their Indianapolis or Carmel showrooms or DrexelIN.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
59 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time right now is 7:36.
The war still raged, but quietly, something fragile and historic had taken place.
WIBC celebrates the spirit of 76. Brought to you by the WIBC Daily Newsletter.
January 6, 1781. The Articles of Confederation finally took effect, giving the United States its first national government after years of debate and delay. It was limited, underfunded, tested by war, but it was American. Congress could now conduct diplomacy, manage Western lands, request troops and funds from the states, and oversee the Army. The government was weak, but it was real, and for the first time, the United States existed not just in spirit, but in structure.
The spirit of 76. History remembered. Freedom celebrated. Have the latest headlines and show content delivered to your inbox daily. Sign up at WIBC.com.
When
Whenever I'm out a-wandering, chasing a rainbow dream, I often stop and think about a place I've never seen.
Today on the marketplace, watch transform. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. During downtime, clearing my head, getting ready for what's next on the show, I find myself on the Facebook marketplace. They've got cool stuff, odd stuff, weird stuff, strange stuff. All sorts of stuff is on the marketplace. The marketplace segment brought to you by IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's your cash. Go get it. IndianaUnclaimed.gov. Fast, easy, free to use. And honestly, your money is waiting for you. So I don't know why you're not getting it. Text my name, Tony, to 46220. That's me, by the way. I'm Tony. How you doing? How's your mother? 46220. Text it right now. Matt Bear joins me. We got to get a camera in his studio, by the way. The people want to see Matt Bear. They demand it as we live stream on the YouTube. Just go to WIBC and subscribe. Matt, are you a watch guy?
Yeah, well, Apple Watch. I do the Apple Watch.
You do the Apple Watch?
Yeah, all the time.
Really?
Yeah, except when I sleep. No, because it doesn't measure sleep. Otherwise, I'd wear it when I sleep. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so you're an Apple Watch guy. So basically, you're soulless.
Yes. What? Oh, no,
yeah, no. It's the Apple Watch is a total lack of soul. You need a watch that tells a story. You need a watch that has character. Now, I have a small collection. I'm not like I have friends who have insane collections of all sorts of maddening things. You also know that I work with Fletterman Von Riest. Von Riest, R-I-E-S-T-E, vonriest.com. They assemble right here in Indiana. You can go to PA Jewelers. They're an authorized dealer, the authorized dealer of Fletterman Von Riest. You can use my last name and you can get a discount. Assembled right here in Indiana. They're spectacular. Von Riest, R-I-E-S-T-E. This wasn't an ad for them. It's just I found this watch, and I do consider myself a watch guy. The collection is small but respectable, and I think that's what matters. And I love the Von Riests. But this is a 1980s Quartz Transformers robot watch.
Oh, now we're talking. Transformers.
So it's a Quartz watch. It needs a battery right now.
I'm out.
You're out?
No, go ahead. Sorry.
You're not going to put in a battery?
No, never.
And the watch itself comes off the band, and you can turn it into a robot.
Wow.
So it can sit there on your desk while you're working, and then when you leave work, you just transform. Beep, beep, boop, 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 boop. That's what it sounds like. And put it right back in the watch.
Does that by itself?
No, you have to do that part.
Okay, all right. Well, okay. No, this is really cool. It's Soundwave. Do you remember Soundwave?
That's not Soundwave.
That is totally Soundwave. What are you talking about?
Soundwave was the transformer who was the boombox.
I know, and that's what this is essentially. It's a boombox.
Soundwave had a kid and play fade.
Yeah.
This is not that.
He was like, I am Soundwave.
The tech has been rendered not functional.
See?
What just happened?
That was Soundwave from the cartoon.
Did you grab that audio, or were you able to do that? Do you have a sound effect?
No, I grabbed the audio. I couldn't do that with my voice.
I almost lost my mind.
Okay.
I'm like, I've been with this station for 12 freaking years, and no one ever told me I could sound like a robot?
You need a harmonizer.
The best I got was this.
Yeah. That's not bad on no budget.
No. No budget is not even the... You're just scratching the surface.
We pay them.
This is the Transformers robot watch, and you can get it if they're near Batesville, $75.
No. I want to know what else it can do. I mean, it kind of looks like a belt. You can wrap around your waist.
It doesn't look like, no, it's not a belt.
Where's the Soundwave bird? Because remember, he had a bird that sat on his shoulder. And
there's no bird. There's no fowl
it'd be like,
that come with this.
It'd come down and eat Optimus Prime's eyeball out, and the kids would go nuts. I started crying. My brother just punched me in the face.
This is what happens when you watch Transformers on the dark web. Don't do that. $75 for the 1980s Quartz Transformers robot watch. Are you in or are you out?
I'm out.
Wow. That's just a shame.
Not spending my money.
This is a classic. For the collector out there, there it is. There it is, just waiting for you. If I were you, I'd pick one up immediately. Honestly, what Christmas is going to be complete without this?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's Quartz watch that's scratched on the face.
Yep.
Go get it.
Because the Transformer has been through some battles against the Decepticons. Do you know nothing? They carry the scars of fighting and freedom.
He tore his ACL.
You are weak.
I know.
Go back to your commie traffic corner.
Yeah, you can go back to your
You don't know what it
GoBots.
means to be an American.
Your communist GoBots you used to play with.
GoBots?
Yeah, remember GoBots? They were better
No.
than Then along came Transformers, and that was better.
That was the end of that.
Yeah.
Sorry, Voltron. You'll have to wait. Wow, Voltron seemed to quiet the room.
No, you don't mess with Voltron. That's evilness.
True enough. It's there on the marketplace. Check it out for yourself at WIBC.com. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
This is Chuck Lofton, here to talk to you about my friends at Exercise Inc. Exercise Inc. is the 20-minute, once-a-week workout program that will change your life. My wife Mary and I have been clients for 6 years. The program has worked well with my busy schedule. I was getting cardio, but I started the program because I understood the importance of strength training to overall health. It's helped me with managing my blood pressure, cholesterol, and blood sugar. The biggest help? My sluggish feeling was replaced with much-needed energy. It's designed to help clients get stronger in a shorter period of time. The studios are private, just you and your coach working to reach your goals. Exercise Inc. has 5 locations: Avon, Brownsburg, Greenwood, Zionsville, and now Fishers. So take it from me, Chuck Lofton. Improve the forecast for your health. Go to exerciseinc.com today to request a free consultation.
Is your home stressing you out? Why not sell it to us? Simple Quarters is a local Christian company that loves to assist people in difficult situations. We will buy any property in any condition. Simple Quarters has helped over 3,000 families sell their homes in Indiana.
We have 2 homes that we live in, one here in Indianapolis, one down on the Ohio River. We're both over 80. We want to simplify. We receive a tremendous amount of phone calls on properties we have. A lot of them are very aggravating. You're not going to buy it over the phone, so let's don't kick tires. Come and look, say yay or nay, and then we can both go on down the street. And so James did come. He was there early, waiting on me, which I appreciated. Looked it over, we talked, chatted. James, he did a good job. Did what he said he was going to do. I would recommend it.
You can rest at ease when doing business with Simple Quarters because we keep our word.
Call Simple Quarters 317-687-HOME. That's 317-687-HOME.
Traffic on the 5s. Matt Baer, he's in the WIBC Traffic Center. What's going on?
All right, Tony, eastbound 70 crash at Rural, left shoulder blocked, slow to the north split. Southbound 6570 jams, north split to the south split because of construction. It's also slow on northbound 65 after Keystone Avenue into the south split. Fog advisory until 9 a.m. Just allow plenty of time as you head to work here today. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Upgrade your flooring with Drexel Interiors. Shop pet-friendly carpet and luxury vinyl plank on sale now. Plus, get 12 months interest-free financing. Visit their Indianapolis or Carmel showrooms or DrexelIN.com. I'm Matt Baer with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
We've got 59 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 7:46.
You've probably heard about IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's not houses, cars, or anything like that. It's actually your money being held by the Indiana Attorney General's Office Unclaimed Property Division. We're talking forgotten wages, old bank accounts, refunds, insurance payouts, stock dividends, and more. Right now, nearly $1 billion is waiting to be claimed by Hoosiers just like you. Find out if some of it is yours. Text Tony Katz to 46220 or visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov today. It's fast, free, and easy.
Hear that? That's Mike. He took ZQL Pure Z's, so now he's sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. ZQL Pure Z's are fast-acting melatonin gummies with a complementary botanical blend to help Mike get the sleep he needs to wake up refreshed and ready to conquer Monday. Let's do this Monday. ZQL Pure Z's, just for sleep. Really great sleep.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Use as directed.
The Indy 1500 Gun and Knife Show is this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the Indiana State Fairgrounds. For hunting, sporting, and personal protection gear, visit the Indy 1500 Gun and Knife Show.
For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call the 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org.
Win your way
into Yacht Rock Review. Enter now at WIBC.com for your chance to score a pair of tickets to see them live Saturday, September 12th at Ruoff Music Center. Don't miss the smoothest night of the summer. Enter at WIBC.com for your shot at tickets.
There was a poll put out by Fox News. Now, I know. Never, ever, ever believe just one poll. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be here. Good to be with you. The poll asked the question, do you think it would be a good thing or a bad thing for the United States to move away from capitalism and more towards socialism? 61% said a bad thing, 38% said a good thing, and we need to stop sending our kids to public schools. It's enough. What are we doing? We've said it a million times. We have to break the public school system in two. I don't want to hear it from the chattering classes of liberal white women who think that public education is doing their kids a great service. This is indoctrination garbage. What else do you expect from generations that are told capitalism is bad? Capitalism creates greatness and opportunity. Socialism creates nothing. This is a recording. I've said it a million times. I'm going to say it a million more. When you take a look at the age group 18 to 44, 52% say a move to socialism would be a good thing. 45 plus, 29%. Democrat, 55%. Republican, 22%. Meaning independents, 38%. What are we doing? What possibly could we be thinking? Except for the fact that we are not thinking. We're just not. There's not an honest thought here. There is an indoctrination thought here. Let me say it again for the people in the cheap seats. Capitalism is better than socialism. Every day of the week, history proves it. And to think otherwise, I would debate you anywhere. Tell me what socialism creates. Capitalism creates happiness and opportunity. Socialism creates nothing. The argument is, look at these terrible people and how they're stealing your money and they're all doing it for the rich guy. Well, you don't think the socialist is doing it for the rich guy? You think somehow they're altruistic? I mean, I'm right now cribbing Milton Friedman. He was on Donahue. And Donahue, oh my gosh, look what a reference that is. And this was, I don't know if this is the 80s. And it's this conversation of what makes you think that these other people are offering you anything that is somehow better, that they're somehow more decent, that somehow socialism is virtuous. Laughable. Absolutely laughable.
When you see around the globe the maldistribution of wealth, the desperate plight of millions of people in underdeveloped countries, when you see so few haves and so many have-nots, when you see the greed and the concentration of power within, did you ever have a moment of doubt about capitalism and whether greed's a good idea to run on?
Well, first of all, tell me, is there some society you know that doesn't run on greed? You think Russia doesn't run on greed? You think China doesn't run on greed? What is greed? Of course, none of us are greedy. It's only the other fellow who's greedy. The world runs on individuals pursuing their separate interests. The great achievements of civilization have not come from government bureaus. Einstein didn't construct his theory under order from a bureaucrat. Henry Ford didn't revolutionize the automobile industry that way. In the only cases in which the masses have escaped from the kind of grinding poverty you're talking about, the only cases in recorded history are where they have had capitalism and largely free trade. If you want to know where the masses are worst off, It's exactly in the kinds of societies that depart from that.
You want more? I'll give you more. The teachers' unions have done us no good, and there should be no teachers' unions. They have no right to unionize. How about that? Their unions have been nothing but a disaster for parents and students alike. And I personally am done hearing about how they need to get paid more. I'm not angry with teachers. I want them to actually be treated like professionals. I want them to be able to do their jobs. But I started changing when you saw superintendents and administrators and parents say kids can walk out anytime they want to protest ICE. The teacher doesn't matter. The teacher assignments doesn't matter. The preparation doesn't matter. The lesson doesn't matter. Only walking out of school to show how good and decent you are. Utilizing children for adults' political games. That's what matters. You told me the teacher doesn't matter. Okay, I'm in. They don't matter. I don't give a good holy damn what they get paid. I don't want to hear about them getting more pay. It's over. Get rid of the teachers' unions. Get rid of public education. Let's start over. Then we can go about hiring teachers via capitalism. We can hire the best, pay them the most, get the best results. Because after all, that's what we're after. These teachers who want to be ideological and want to lecture to kids and don't want to actually engage in education but in indoctrination, don't need them, don't want them, don't care if they have a job, don't care. They have taught me not to care, and I'm in. You win. And now I have to win by breaking you in half. Your union is terrible. By the way, don't send your kids to these universities. The Ivy Leagues are diseased. Don't send them to these places. Socialism creates nothing. Nothing. Capitalism allows for happiness and opportunity and for growth. I'm all in, and I'll keep being all in. Matt Barrett's got traffic. What's up, Matthew?
All right, Tony. Southbound 6570 stop and go traffic from the north split to the south split. That is a construction zone. South side, eastbound 465 stop and go traffic before 65 to Arlington. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Meet Drexel Interiors new cabinet line, Drexel Select premium cabinets with multiple colors and free in-store design. Get yours in just 5 days. Visit DrexelIN.com to upgrade your home today. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
Hammer and Nigel.
3,364 children found by ICE.
Don't forget, lost under Biden and cartels enabled with his open border policies.
The wine moms meetings in Westfield, they're not going to talk about this. 3,364. If my tax dollars are going to be spent, I'm fine with that.
Hammer and Nigel, weekdays 3 till 7 on 93 WIBC and WIBC.com.
Farnsworth Metal Recycling, a familiar face in Indy.
Farnsworth Metal Recycling will pay you cash for your scrap metal. Ray's Demolition and Farnsworth Metal Recycling may seem familiar to you, and that's because they are. They're trusted local family-owned businesses going back 3 generations in Indy with their familiar orange logo and a name you know. But you may not know they'll pay you cash for your scrap metal. Cash is king. Your scrap aluminum, steel, copper, and brass will get you cash from Farnsworth Metal Recycling. Just drop it off and you'll put cash in your pocket. Ray's Demolition and Farnsworth Metal Recycling. Local names you can trust with 2 locations.
Farnsworth Metal Recycling, a familiar face in Indy.
Get cash for your scrap. Get started at farnsworthmetals.com.
Let's begin. Let's talk about your relationship.
I can't stand all these wild swings, Doc. It's driving me crazy. It's hot, it's cold.
How does that make you feel?
Oh, I'm so confused. I can't figure out how to act, what to wear.
Listen up, Buttercup. You're in Indiana. This is the way it is. Just listen to WIBC.
Are the weather swings about to put you in therapy? Save yourself the copay and listen to WIBC for updates, because it could change in the next 10 minutes.
Shall we schedule something next week?
Your winter therapy station, 93 WIBC.
Spring
is fast approaching and a great time for a new Lincoln at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers. 0% financing is back. That's right, 0% for 48 months on new Corsair, Nautilus, and Aviator. Plus 0% for 36 months on new Navigator. With these rates, it's absolutely the best time to buy. Be sure to check them all out at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers. Our family serving yours since 1972.
0% APR for 48 months on 2026 Lincoln Corsair, Nautilus, and Aviator. 0% APR for 36 months on 2025 Lincoln Navigator. Subject to credit approval. Offers end 3/31/26. See dealer for complete offer details.
You love spring in Indy, so don't spend it painting. Do what your neighbor Mike did. He called Rhino Shield.
Our home is basically a contemporary, and we just started noticing that the paint was just fading and just looked like garbage. We had received a postcard from Rhino Shield, and we decided to take a look at it.
Rhino Shield's formulated for our specific climate here in Indiana.
The process with Rhino Shield and their crew, they were just very conscientious. We had problems in the past with painters. They leave debris and everything. Well, we didn't have that with Rhino Shield.
Way better than paint, backed by a 25-year warranty. Right now, get the guaranteed protection of Rhino Shield for 15% off the regular price.
The thing about Rhino Shield, the heat gain has been reduced, and we save $70 a month. You don't hear that about any type of paint.
Here's Rhino Shield's Shane Smith.
This offer is limited, so call me at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41.
Don't paint.
Don't vinyl.
Go Rhino!
Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
A new threat from Iran.
93 WIBC.
A senior Iranian cleric has appeared on TV to call for the shedding of blood from Israelis and Trump.
What happens next?
Oil prices are rising. Another 6-cent increase also at the gas pump, up 26 cents in 3 days.
Happens here.
37% rating the U.S. economy as poor.
Stay in the know.
Rain will continue off and on through at least Friday night.
While you're on the go.
Hall of Fame coach Lou Holtz has died at the age of 89.
On air, online, and on Alexa.
Good Friday morning. Coming up in a couple of minutes, the latest warning from forecasters why a group of children in central Indiana was detained by the police and what Indianapolis police say they saved the community from. Those stories coming up after Fox News. From the Dugan Air Heating and Cooling Mitsubishi Electric Studios on a Friday morning, you're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1, Indianapolis. It's 8 o'clock.
An even more intense bombardment in Iran. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
We're learning that the Israelis last night launched a new wave of strikes against the Iranian capital of Tehran using around 50 fighter jets.
Fox's Trey Yingst in Tel Aviv, where Israel keeps shooting down missiles launched by Iran. He says these new strikes by Israel targeted
a bunker that Iran's former supreme leader had planned to use. We understand that he was above ground, actually, when he was killed over the weekend.
President Trump has been telling reporters he wants a say in whoever Iran chooses as the next leader, while he urges Iran's military and police to lay down their arms.
Now is the time to stand up for the Iranian people and help take back your country.
The president also says the U.S. keeps taking out Iran's air defenses and
their Navy is gone. 24 ships in 3 days. That's a lot of ships.
One of the ships hit was an Iranian drone carrier. This conflict keeps driving up costs for drivers. Oil is surging now above $86 a barrel. It was $65 a week ago. Gas is up again. AAA's national average for regular has surged up 33 cents in 4 days. Energy Secretary Chris Wright just told Fox it'll be temporary.
It's weeks, not months. And look, Iran has been an escalator of energy prices 47 years, the whole history of their regime.
Democrats are saying good riddance to Kristi Noem, who was fired as Homeland Security Secretary. They keep holding up new DHS funding, demanding immigration enforcement reforms. Fox's Jackie Heinrichs at the White House.
We are told the president was not happy. A source close to him telling Fox it was time. Replacing Kristi was based on the culmination of her many unfortunate leadership mishaps, including the fallout in Minnesota, the $200 million ad campaign, the allegations of infidelity, the mismanagement of her staff, the constant feuding with the heads of other agencies, including CBP and ICE.
The president has picked Republican Senator Markwayne Mullin to replace Noem, but his Senate colleagues will have to confirm him as the next secretary. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level. On the go.
More of this is on the way. It's a foggy Friday morning, 59 degrees in downtown Indianapolis. Fog is starting to burn off, and a dense fog advisory remains in effect for the next 58 minutes. I'm Ryan Hedrick for Window Nation. Here's what's trending at 8:02. We're going to see more rain in the coming days, and forecasters say the state
has already picked up 3 to 6 inches of rain since Tuesday, and a number of rivers and creeks are in flood now.
We've had issues with flooding in the Columbus area over toward Rush County, Decatur County. You head back towards Bloomington. Those areas have all seen a lot of rain, and we are going to see some more. Again, should be relatively isolated, widely scattered through the day to day. Most of tonight.
Forecaster Mike Ryan at the National Weather Service Indianapolis says if you are in a low-lying spot that gets a lot of water, get to higher ground to avoid being trapped. He also says Indianapolis could set a new record high today of 76 degrees. Indianapolis police say they've broken up another major drug ring, arresting a man who they say was moving fentanyl and meth across the city. Detectives say they had been watching Jewel Dotson for weeks before arresting him on Thursday, and searches at several locations turned up drugs and guns. Just outside the city, police in McCordsville said they had to detain 6 kids on Thursday for riding e-bikes through town.
Swerving through cars and ignoring traffic signals. Officers said at times the 6 kids were going as fast as 40 miles per hour on those bikes. The group initially wouldn't stop for police, and that forced other agencies to respond. Ultimately, the kids were stopped and detained. According to McCordsville police, the kids were between the ages of 13 and 17. Jarrett Lewis, 93, WIBC Mobile News.
A woman was killed at a gas station in July of 2024 in Indianapolis, and the man convicted in that case has now been sentenced. John Herrick reports on the case of Kobe Bond.
Police say Kobe Bond got into an argument with his ex-girlfriend, Tiriana Terrell, at the gas station, pulled out a gun and shot her several times. Terrell was rushed to a hospital and later died. Bond took off in his mother's white car. Investigators say they eventually found the car and arrested Bond a week later. Bond was found guilty of killing Terrell last month, and he was sentenced to 50 years in prison on Thursday. John Herrick, 93, WIBC Mobile News.
There's a new social media law in Indiana, and Governor Mike Braun just put pen to paper. And the bill says that kids 15 and under won't be able to use platforms like Facebook and Instagram and TikTok without a parent or guardian's permission. And the parents have to verify their identity with information like social security numbers or driver's license details.
Social media legislation was one of the most difficult to navigate that I've personally experienced as Secretary of Education.
Indiana Secretary of Education, Dr. Katie Jenner, reacting to the bill becoming law. And she said it was one of the top priorities for these political leaders in 2026. I'm Ryan Hedrick on The Level on the go and at WIBC.com at 8:05. Traffic on the 5s. Good Friday morning, Matt Bear.
Good morning, Ryan. Looking at eastbound 465 stop and go traffic from I-65 over to Emerson Avenue. Northbound 65 slows after South Keystone into the south split, a 3-minute delay because of construction. Fog advisory this morning. Please give yourself some extra time as you make your way to work here this morning, and do not use the high beams. Traffic sponsored by ChumbaCasino.com. With over 100 online casino-style games, Chumba Casino is your destination for non-stop entertainment. No purchase necessary. VGW Group, void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 21 plus. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Tara Hastings, Wish TV meteorologist. What's happening?
Hey, good morning. We got those foggy conditions out there this morning. I don't think it'll last too much longer. We'll hang on to the cloud cover through much of the day with some sunshine peeking out. I can't rule out a spotty shower or a thunderstorm. However, most spots are going to be dry. I think the main weather story today, incredibly warm. Breezy, highs near 76. Now, that would set a new record in Indianapolis. The old record, 75, set back in 1973. Tonight, still pretty mild. Lows down to 64. With a few showers or storms overnight, and some of those thunderstorms overnight into early on your Saturday could be on the stronger side, some gusty winds, maybe a little bit of hail. Still 70 on Saturday, and then lots of sunshine Sunday with highs in the lower 60s.
That's Tara Hastings right there, Wish TV, telling you it'll be warm, hopefully, rainy, probably, and that's all there is to it.
Sums it up perfectly.
I try my best. I really do. Tara Hastings, thank you. 59 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 8:07. So what do I think of Greg Ballard running for Secretary of State? Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. The former mayor of Indianapolis running for Secretary of State. You've got Bo Bai on the Democrat side. You have the incumbent, the ridiculous Diego Morales for the Republicans. He's running as an independent. There's a conversation and a question about how he gets on the ballot. I've heard people talking about that you need to get a whole bunch of signatures. Is he going to be able to do that? I've heard people say, well, great, now the Republicans are going to split the ticket and Bo Bai is going to win. The whole idea of splitting the ticket is no reason not to run, first and foremost. And the Republicans don't have to have it be like this. You could simply decide to be normal and not put Diego Morales back in the position of being the nominee. The problem here is the Republican Party. And I saw that Diego, there was a post, Facebook, that he filed again, and here are all these people standing behind him with their Diego Morales signs. What are you standing behind? And why are you standing behind it? I know some of the people in that photo. I don't know what you're doing. Do you? When he loses, it'll be your fault because you aren't making sense. You're not. You're not making any sense at all. The idea of backing a guy who you know between the cars and the hiring of the brother-in-law is a guy that you should have zero faith in whatsoever. A guy who calls us here at WIBC fake news and then doesn't back it up. Let me tell you a little story about effing Diego. Effing Diego, fake news Diego. He referred to WIBC as fake news and never offered any proof of it. We invited him on the show to explain himself. He did not take that opportunity, so he's a liar. He's a fraud. He's fake news. But we only have so much time on radio. So it's effing Diego for time. You agree, producer Carl. That's the story.
Yeah, we're just trying to be helpful to the audience.
That's all we're trying to do. It's all we're trying to get done here. So effing Diego is a liar. I called him a liar. Put me in a room with him, I'll call him a liar to his face. And for Lindsay Eaton, his Tokyo Rose, what an embarrassing thing you've done to your career. What are Republicans thinking? Well, he visits my county and he took a picture with me and he sent me a letter. What are you doing? Where is any Republican leadership to say, that ain't going to work? Let's bring in this guy. Let's bring in that guy. Now, as for Greg Ballard, man, it would have been a lot better if you had run for mayor. You want to get back to the swing of things. That's where we could have used the help. But hey, you want to run for Secretary of State, run for Secretary of State. Now, some people ask, Tony, when are you going to interview these people? I'm not interviewing any of these people. I've already had people reach out. Hey, love to get the interview. Hey, no. What's to say? I will discuss. I know what they're going to say. I know what the answers are. I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't want it. I'm not so sure you necessarily want it. I'm going to discuss this race as it needs to be discussed. Do I think Bo Bai would be the end of the world? Absolutely not. Do I think I want to give anybody in that Democratic Party, that Indiana Democratic Party, that is solely focused on the national scene and not focused on Hoosiers at all, do I want to give them a statewide office? No, thanks. But it seems that the Republican grassroots wants to give them an office because they're the ones who are the delegates and they're the ones who are going to go to the convention and they're the ones who are going to say, yeah, Diego, let's do it again. That guy is a loser. Not because I say so, but because he showed us so. Day in and day out, week in and week out, month in and month out. By the way, I want to be clear. I'm a business owner in Indiana, and I always check just to make sure that nothing of mine has been screwed with, because I don't trust the guy at all. Nothing has been screwed with, so all credit is due. The delegates aren't serious if they bring this guy back. You're not serious. And I don't have anybody in the Republican Party saying this out loud. It's nuts. Ballard sees an opportunity. Go see the opportunity, man. Knock yourself out. Some people have argued that he won't pull any Democrat votes. I'm not 100% sure of that. But I don't know what his statewide recognition is. He's only got a short amount of time to make that happen. A short amount of time to make it happen. This is really about the delegates making a massive mistake. It's a massive, massive, massive mistake. How about this? Don't make the mistake. I'm happy to speak to any of you. And I'm happy to go to the convention to say it directly to you. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
Spring is right around the corner, and we bet you're excited for warmer weather, but as temperatures rise, make sure that your energy bills don't. Keep those cooling costs low with Window Nation's high-quality, energy-efficient products. Simply request a consultation where their experts will visit your home, spot problem areas, and make recommendations. Your customized windows can be installed in a day. Once completed, your home will be shielded from outside hot air while you remain cool and comfortable inside throughout the spring and summer.
There's no better time to upgrade your home with Window Nation. In March, the more you buy, the more savings you could enjoy. Up to 50% off all window styles. And be sure to ask about Window Nation's generous financing options, including $0 down, payments as little as $199 a month. Visit windownation.com. Get that free consultation today. That's windownation.com.
At Pella Windows and Doors of Indianapolis, we've spent decades helping homeowners replace their windows and doors with products they can trust, installed by local experts. For a limited time, get 24% off Pella products. Visit PellaIndy.com/radio to learn why America's homeowners rate Pella Windows and Doors #1 most trusted and highest value. Call 833-87-PELLA. Restrictions apply. See site for details. Study of homeowner perceptions of leading national brands. Study commissioned by Pella, 2023.
Save hundreds of dollars with free delivery plus low price guarantees on quality brand name furniture and mattresses.
Only at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
Traffic on the 5s. Matt Bear, he's in the WIBC Traffic Center. What's going on?
All right, Tony Crunch, clear east side. Eastbound 70 at Rural. Northbound 65, stop and go after Keystone Avenue into the south split. That's a construction zone. Also looking at westbound 465, slow from 69 over to Allisonville Road. Westfield, watch out for a closure at State Road 32 at Camellia Street. This is because of the move of the big green house. Yeah, they're moving the house right now. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Meet Drexel Interiors' new cabinet line, Drexel Select premium cabinets with multiple colors and free in-store design. Get yours in just 5 days. Visit DrexelIN.com to upgrade your home today. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
We have got 59 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 8:16. So let's keep this going, shall we? The outrageous, the obscene, the madness of Indiana politics and Indiana politicians. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be here. Good to be with you. Of course, things still continue in Iran. We are told that the Iranian capabilities of firing missiles has been massively degraded. They are running out. They are losing launchers. They're still sending fire into Israel and other places. But they are slowly but surely losing. They cannot keep up. The United States says they have now air supremacy in the region. They can fly over Iran anytime, at any moment, and not worry about anything coming back at them. They should still be on every level of alert. Now, while that's going on, we know that Kristi Noem is out as the Secretary of Homeland Security. She's going to be moved into some special envoy job regarding a new organization with 13 countries throughout Central and Southern America that should be announced this weekend. Why was she moved out? Maybe it was the $220 million ad campaign that is all about her. Maybe it's the sexual relationship with Corey Lewandowski that's alleged. Maybe it's failing to do the job at ICE. Maybe it has to do with Minneapolis. Whatever the case may be, Democrats have not changed. They're still not going to fund the Department of Homeland Security. They don't care if you die. They don't care if you get hurt. As long as they get their political objective, which is hurting Trump, that's all they care about. If you elect these people, if you let the Democrats take the House, they'll be sworn in on January 3rd, 2027 at noon, and they will impeach Donald Trump at 1:05 p.m. And that's only because some of them are going to want to have lunch first. They don't care about your safety. They only care about impeaching Trump. It's all they care about. It's all they are. And then whoever the Republicans run in 2028, that guy will be worse. Just so you know what's coming. But I said, let's talk about the obscenity of these people. The House voted to reaffirm that Iran is the largest state sponsor of terrorism. A couple years back, they did this. And it was a vote of 420 to one person. I forget who even the one person was who voted against this. Could have been Thomas Massie for all I know. He votes against a lot of things. But in this resolution, the recognition that Iran is the leading state sponsor of terrorism worldwide, the vote was 372 to 53. All 53 were Democrats. And on that list is Congressman Andre Carson. What level of disgusting are we now at for him? We get it. You're Julia's grandson. You think you're entitled to the position of being a congressman. And Indianapolis has a lot of people who are dense and daft and vote for people based on a color of skin or a D after the name. We understand what's happening here. You can't recognize that Iran is the leading sponsor of terrorism. You and Rashida Tlaib and Ilhan Omar and Pramila Jayapal, you can't recognize this? How broken are you, Congressman? How diseased in your mind can you be? You can't do this. You don't have to agree with me on anything. On this one thing we can't agree? Don't you get that you're gross? This is nuts. This is the most basic, simple stuff. You can't agree on that. Neither did Representative Ocasio-Cortez. Neither did Representative Pocan of Wisconsin. None of these people. They can't do it. They can't just be normal for 5 minutes. Even Swalwell was able to recognize that Iran is the leading sponsor of terrorism. Andre Carson's like, well, I can't have that. You're gross. And the Indiana Democratic Party has nothing to say? Nothing to say? You cowards. Don't look at me. I talk about Trump all the time and the things I don't like. I did an event over the weekend. Where I had on the big screen 2 huge screens and the words read, tariffs suck. I can do this. There's not a Democrat in Indiana that can hold a candle to my honesty. Not a one. You unserious children. You deserve to be yelled at. You deserve to be laughed at. You're going to come at me and call me a partisan? Andre Carson can't recognize that Iran is the leading sponsor of terrorism, and you say nothing? You cowards. You little children. You wimps. Karen Tallien, I'm talking to you. You wimp. You're supposed to say he's wrong. J.D. Ford, Phil Giaquinta, none of you? None of you? Ah! You don't deserve our votes. The Republican Party in Indiana is weak, and you guys are gross. And I'll go for weak, and maybe I can make them strong. But I can't make you decent if you're not willing to take the first step. Holy cow. Then there was a bit of legislation, a resolution. Someone just asked me about it. I'm like, I don't know why they voted that way. It's a resolution that would require the public release of reports related to sexual harassment and misconduct investigations involving members of Congress and their aides. It would direct the House Ethics Committee to disclose records tied to investigations involving allegations of sexual harassment or misconduct by members of Congress or congressional staff. This comes up every couple of years. This is not new. The argument is whether or not the public has the right to know how these things are happening. And you're like, well, what right would the public have? Because when settlements come, they seemingly come from taxpayer dollars. Oh, okay, right. Now you're like, wait a second. I did not know this. I'm sorry. Now I want to know everything. What staffer, what member of Congress is costing me cash because they can't keep it in their pants or out of their pants? Anna Paulina Luna, who I think brought up the measure, I think it was her, a representative, I think she's Florida, said, quote, we know that many members of Congress are using taxpayer dollars to pay off sexual harassment. We had just had members of Congress literally sexually harass a woman that then lit herself on fire, and you guys all protected him. This is Anthony Gonzalez. That his name out of Texas? Tony Gonzalez. And Gonzalez is now going to step away from running for re-election. He was alleged to have been in an affair where the woman he had an affair with later set herself on fire and died. And he would not talk about it. He would not get into it. It eventually got so much that the Speaker of the House has said that Gonzalez should drop out of the race. He has now dropped out of the race, out of the runoff against Brandon Herrera. Herrera will get the nomination, and I would assume will win the seat. It's a crazy story. I mean, it's an insane story. But the question being asked is, why didn't people vote for this? What is the issue here with the transparency? And what we hear is that there were two members who voted to let this list be known. Victoria Spartz in the 5th and Frank Mrvan, the Democrat, in the 1st. So what was everybody else thinking? 7 of 9. I didn't mean the Star Trek reference. What's the story here? Why not vote for this? Is this about people who are innocent victims getting outed? Is this about a protection of the House because maybe some of these allegations aren't true, even if payoffs occur? What is the reason for not voting for this resolution? I'm curious and would like an answer. I think we all would. Matt Bear's got traffic on the 5s. Matthew Bear, what's going on?
All right, Tony, on the west side, southbound 465. It's the exit ramp to West 10th where we have a vehicle fire. Also, eastbound 465, north side, slow ditch over to 31 Meridian. South side, northbound 65, stop and go traffic from Keystone into the south, split a 4-minute delay. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Upgrade your flooring with Drexel Interiors. Shop pet-friendly carpet and luxury vinyl plank on sale now. Plus, get 12 months interest-free financing. Visit their Indianapolis or Carville showrooms or DrexelIN.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Coming up on the Hammer and Nigel show, more fallout from Donald Trump firing his DHS Secretary Kristi Noem. Plus, get up. It's Beer Sample Friday. The weekend is here. 3 o'clock, 93 WIBC.
High five. Up top. Dave's company just got the 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business. Yeah!
It's 5 years of gig-speed internet, advanced security, and a great rate that won't change. All from the company with 99.9% network reliability.
Heck yeah!
He hasn't given this many high fives since Deborah brought in her famous banana bread.
Yes!
The Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee. Powering 5 years of savings, powering possibilities.
And it's hurting, but I am not stopping.
Woo! For a limited time, now through March 29th, switch to Comcast Business to lock in your rate for 5 years and get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Or ask how to get started with 300 megabit internet and Security Edge for $74 a month with a 2-year agreement. Call today. Restrictions apply. New customers only. 1-year contract required for guaranteed rate. Paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account required. 5-year pricing applies to monthly service charge excluding taxes and fees.
Garage door problems? Call today for service today. Garage Doors of Indianapolis services all makes of garage doors 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call today for service today. 875-4577. Call today for service today. Get it fixed right now. Call Garage Doors of Indianapolis at 875-4577 or visit doorstoday.com.
In the morning, call 875-4577.
Service today?
Today.
You love spring and Indy, but you hate to paint, so do what Judy did. She called Rhino Shield.
The house that Rhino Shield did for my husband and I, after having the house painted with kind of usual house paint, I was seeing cracks appearing about every 3 years and just wasn't very satisfied with that.
Rhino Shield's a ceramic coating specifically formulated for our unique climate.
I can't speak highly enough about the Rhino Shield crew. They also were great at working with me to get the exact right color because I was very particular.
Indy, you too can have the guaranteed protection of Rhino Shield right now for 15% off the regular price.
I would not hesitate to call Rhino Shield, and I am just thrilled to recommend Rhino Shield to my friends and neighbors and family.
Here's Rhino Shield's Shane Smith.
This offer is limited, so call me at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41.
Don't paint.
Don't vinyl.
Go Rhino!
Paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
I think about quitting every day. And every day, I buy more cigarettes. I want to quit, but I feel like I have to have them. I know that sounds bad, but I will quit. Someday.
Quit Now Indiana offers free help with no judgment. Why wait? Get the help you need. No lectures, no pressure, just free help. Call 1-800-QUIT-NOW today.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Upgrade your flooring with Drexel Interiors. Shop pet-friendly carpet and luxury vinyl plank on sale now. Plus, get 12 months interest-free financing. Visit their Indianapolis or Carmel showrooms or DrexelIN.com.
According to AAA, the average gas price here in Indiana went up 5 cents in 24 hours. It's Casey. Join us Friday, 9 until noon on 93 WIBC.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
What's happening there is causing problems here. It's fog and 59 degrees in downtown Indianapolis. A dense fog advisory is in effect for the next 29 minutes. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Good morning. Here's what's trending at 8:31.
Iran has been an escalator of energy prices 47 years, the whole history of their regime. We've got a little bit of an interruption right now to finally put an end to their ability to wreak havoc, to kill Americans, and to terrorize their neighbors.
And that's Energy Secretary Chris Wright speaking with Fox News a couple of minutes ago about the national price for a gallon of unregular gas, which has jumped 30 cents from last week because of the war in Iran.
First, we got to get their ability to cause trouble way down. And then as soon as it's reasonable to do it, we'll escort ships through the straits and get the the energy moving again.
And AAA says the average price for a gallon of regular unleaded gas here in Indiana is $3.27. Heavy rain has caused flooding in parts of southern Indiana. Mike Ryan at the National Weather Service, Indianapolis, says some areas of the state have seen up to 6 inches of rain.
We've had issues with flooding in the Columbus area over toward Rush County, Decatur County. You head back towards Bloomington. Those areas have all seen a lot of rain, and we are going to see some more. Again, should be relatively isolated, widely scattered through the day today, most of tonight.
He says if you're looking at low-lying areas and you live in those areas, get to higher ground to avoid being trapped. He also says Indianapolis could see a record high of 75 degrees today. Members of the House debated a war resolution on Thursday that would limit President Trump's military actions in Iran.
Kentucky Republican Congressman Andy Barr argued the president didn't need congressional approval for the strikes being conducted in Iran.
The Commander-in-Chief Clause gives the president the exclusive power to command the military in operations approved by Congress.
House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries disagrees.
We believe that Donald Trump needed to get authorization for engaging in a war. He admits it's a war.
Republicans Thomas Massie and Warren Davidson voted with Democrats for the resolution.
That's Fox's Jessica Rosenthal. President Trump also getting rid of his Homeland Security secretary.
The president's decision to replace Kristi Noem at Homeland Security was a combination of many unfortunate leadership failures, a source tells Fox News, listing controversies over the surge of immigration agents in Minnesota and allegations of an affair. Noem appeared at a pair of Capitol Hill hearings this week and faced bipartisan criticism. GOP lawmakers honing in on a more than $200 million ad campaign. Noem told lawmakers President Trump signed off on the ads, which featured her. But the president told Reuters he did not approve of the ad. President Trump is nominating Oklahoma Republican Senator Markwayne Mullin to succeed Noem at the end of the month.
Fox's Jared Halpern and former Presidents Obama, Clinton, and Biden are expected to attend a memorial for the late Reverend Jesse Jackson today in Chicago. The celebration of life starts at noon at the House of Hope area. Sports on WIBC at 8:34. The Indianapolis Colts may be preparing to part ways with one of their defensive leaders. ESPN says they're exploring trade options for linebacker Zaire Franklin. Moving him, they say, before the league's deadline would give the Colts some much-needed salary cap flexibility. The run is over for the IU women's basketball team in the Big Ten tournament. They lost yesterday to Ohio State, 83-59. Head coach Terry Morin.
We knew going into it, there were certain areas that we just couldn't allow a lot of extra points, and it was off the rebounds, the free throw line, and off our turnovers.
IU is expected to miss the NCAA tournament this year, ending a 6-year run of appearances. The Indiana Pacers hope to snap a 7-game losing streak when they play the Lakers in Los Angeles tonight at 10:30. Coverage begins at 10 on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan. And Butler, IU, and Purdue wrap up their regular season schedules tomorrow in men's college basketball. Sports brought to you by Ball State Athletics. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 8:35. Traffic on the 5s. What's up, Matt Bear?
Hey, Ryan, looking at the west side, southbound 465 to West 10th Street. There is a vehicle fire. The ramp is open. Northbound 65 on the south side. Stop and go after South Keystone Avenue into the south split because of construction. A 5-minute delay. North side eastbound 465 slow from Ditch over to Meridian. Still could get some thick fog, especially in the rural areas. Please be safe. Maybe give yourself an extra minute or two as you go to work. Traffic sponsored by Indiana Foundation Service, your local experts in basement waterproofing and foundation repair. Book your free inspection now at IndianaFoundation.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
We've got 59 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 8:36. It's time to fill up on the news, presented by Simple Quarters. Need to sell your home without the hassle? Sell your home to people you can trust. Call Simple Quarters, 317-900-HOME, 317-900-HOME. The Dow futures are down 259. The NASDAQ futures are down 191. Jobs numbers, not what they wanted. Welcome to the world of AI, everybody. Oil prices right now, the West Texas crude is at $85.88 a barrel, coming back over 80 yesterday, now at 85. The Brent crude coming out of the oceans, 81 a barrel. The 10-year Treasury is now at 4.119. Gold holding at that 5,100 price, $5,128 an ounce. Silver is at $83.83 an ounce. Bitcoin down a little bit to 70,000 is the price there. And then this, 401k balances are up and hardship withdrawals are rising. The average 401k balance, News Nation with the reporting here, rose 11%. The average 401k balance is $146,400. The number of 401k millionaires is now at a record 665,000. Those are numbers that are going to be shared by the White House, by the administration, and by Republicans running for re-election. But there's also more and more people reaching into their 401k because of financial hardship. By the way, on the 401k millionaires at 665,000, last year it was 537,000. So that's more. That is, look what the market's done, driven by AI. Look at the results. 6% of workers in 401ks administered by Vanguard took a hardship withdrawal in 2025, up from 4.8% in 2024. And before the pandemic, that number was 2%. Those are real numbers and create real issues. And does it make sense that it happened during COVID? Absolutely. We go to 2020, the number was 1.7%. 2021, it was 2.1. 2022, it was 2.8. 2023, it was 3.6. 2024, it was 4.8. And now 6%. Now, that would tell me, if I'm a guy who can look at a number properly, which I think I've got that skill set, this tells me that people are not out of the damage COVID did to them by being locked down, by being forced out of work. I think it's important for us to remember that what we did to Americans and to ourselves is obscene. And we can't ever replicate this, and we can't vote for the people who would want us to. We damaged kids regarding their education. We damaged adults for their financial future. This is what we did under the guise of we have to stay safe, because it wasn't about staying safe. It was about how political can we be? How political can we be? And the answer was, we could be pretty dang political. Really gross stuff. Gross, horrifying stuff. These numbers bother me because these numbers connected with credit card debt, which at the last check was $1.28 trillion. The average credit card balance for an individual with outstanding debt was over $7,000 in the quarter 3 of 2025, up 2.8% from the previous year. Those numbers concern. They concern greatly. That this leads to a moment of a credit bomb. Eventually people say, I can't pay this anymore. Oh, well. We've talked about doom spending and all these other things. Yeah. Real concern that we're about to see that debt come due, if you will. We'll keep an eye on this. We'll see how the markets end. Just because they're down for the morning in the futures doesn't mean it's going to end up that way when the day is done and the bell rings. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
Let's begin. Let's talk about your relationship.
I can't stand all these wild swings, Doc. It's driving me crazy. It's hot, it's cold.
How does that make you feel?
Oh, I'm so confused. I can't figure out how to act, what to wear.
Listen up, Buttercup. You're in Indiana. This is the way it is. Just listen to WIBC.
Are the weather swings about to put you in therapy? Save yourself the copay and listen to WIBC for updates, because it could change in the next 10 minutes.
Shall we schedule something next week?
Your winter therapy station, 93 WIBC.
Housing discrimination. Would you recognize it and report it? These folks did.
My landlord said rent will be cheaper if we're friends with benefits.
Because I'm legally blind, a landlord questioned whether I'd be capable of maintaining an apartment.
Our real estate agent said a different neighborhood with people like us might better suit our family.
To learn more about housing discrimination, visit hud.gov/fairhousing. Fair housing is your right. Use it. A public service message from HUD in partnership with the National Fair Housing Alliance.
Hammer and Nigel.
3,364 children found by ICE. Don't forget, lost under Biden and cartels enabled with his open border policies. The wine moms meetings in Westfield, they're not going to talk about this. 3,364. If my tax dollars are going to be spent, I'm fine with that.
Hammer and Nigel, weekdays 3 till 7 on 93 WIBC and WIBC.com.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com, because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, ETHOS, ethos.com/Mike.
Did you know that people born from 1945 to 1965 have the highest rates of hepatitis C, but most don't know they're infected? People can live for decades without symptoms, but over time, hepatitis C can cause serious health problems, including liver damage and even liver cancer. If you were born from 1945 to 1965, the CDC recommends that you get a blood test for hepatitis C. So talk to your doctor about getting tested. It could save your life. A message from the CDC.
See Santana live with the Doobie Brothers on Sunday, June 21st at Ruoff Music Center. A night of legendary music you won't want to miss. Get your tickets now at WIBC.com.
Got a black magic woman.
More strikes on day 7 of the war.
93 WIBC.
I'm once again calling on the military and the police to lay down their arms. They're only going to be killed.
What happens next?
And in this conflict, oil prices keep rising.
Happens here.
$85 a barrel now. A week ago, it was $65. $3.32 a gallon is up 33 cents in 4 days.
Stay in the know.
Secretary Kristi Noem fired after controversial immigration enforcement.
While you're on the go.
A group of kids detained by cops.
On air, online, and on Alexa.
Traffic on the 5s. Matt Bear, what's going on?
All right, Tony. West side, southbound 465, exiting to West 10th Street. There's a vehicle fire and no delay at the moment. Looking at the south side, northbound 65, stop and go after South Keystone Avenue into the south split, a 4-minute delay. Eastbound 465 on the north side, slow from Ditch Road over to Meridian 31. And still patches of fog out there. Please be careful. Maybe give yourself an extra minute this morning. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Upgrade your flooring with Drexel Interiors. Shop pet-friendly carpeted luxury vinyl plank on sale now. Plus, get 12 months interest-free financing. Visit their Indianapolis or Carmel showrooms or DrexelIN.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
59 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time. What's the time? Oh, it's 8:45.
It's Film Friday.
Action!
Carl's weird. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. It's time to play America's favorite game. What the heck is that television theme song? Except it's Film Friday. What the heck is that movie? Here's how we play our game. Tony Katz, that's me. Producer Carl has picked a television theme song from yesteryear, but this time on Fridays, he picks a movie. And he picks a song associated or a theme associated with the movie. And we have to guess what it is. I, of course, can utilize help from the chat room there on YouTube, youtube.com/WIBC, or I can phone a friend. I'll go with phoning a friend just to waste the time. Matt Bear, what is this piece of music? What film is it from?
Star Wars: A New Hope, Tony.
Nice. Good work. Good work. Good work. Excellent. No. This is the horrifying sound of Deliverance.
Out of all the things to choose.
Right? I'm starting to think this Film Friday thing isn't working.
Oh, come on.
No. I think that maybe Carl doesn't understand that this is a morning show. That's what I'm starting to make the assumption of right there, that he's not like us.
Hey, Tony, do you, me, and Matt want to take a trip to the Appalachia?
Gosh, really don't.
No, I'm all right, man.
I'm certainly not going with you or Matt. I'm not going with Ned Beatty either. So, by the way, who had Ned Beatty being referenced on the show this morning? No one?
I did.
Try and get that at JJK. Not happening. Good Lord.
We're going to play the whole thing, too.
I know. He's not done. Thank you. Thank you.
I feel clean.
Is that what you feel? No. Because everybody else feels like they need a shower and they need to lock the doors. That's what's going on right there. On Tony Katz today at noon, the latest out of Iran, the latest on the Kristi Noem firing. And is this just the start? Will we see more? Kristi Noem outlasted Lori Chavez DeRemer, who is alleged to have been having sexual relations with staffers and taking unnecessary trips and the whole thing. I mean, it's all very, what's the word I'm looking for? Insane. Really is. Would we see an end to Pam Bondi? I wouldn't mind that at all. I'm not outrageously disappointed in Pam Bondi. I expected so much more than what Pam Bondi had to offer in every single way. But people like Sean Duffy, Marco Rubio, RFK, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. I think that the job has been excellent. There are always going to be things, right? I had someone mention me yesterday, I'm sorry, but changing your tune on glyphosates, that's a real issue. I think that this is about glyphosates are herbicides, weeds. I think that there can be a difference between whether or not we have our own production of these weed killers versus whether or not we have these things near food. I do think that these are two very possibly different conversations. And I don't think we should lump it all together. President Trump signing an executive order saying that glyphosate should be made in the U.S., which, yes, why would we depend on other nations for it? Argument is, well, they said they were going to get rid of glyphosates. We're talking about the things we do to food and things we don't want near food. I think we should continue that conversation and keep putting pressure on. Absolutely. But one of the weird parts of this conversation is that somehow they expected perfection from Trump, and I don't understand those people. I admit that there is a very, very wide chasm between me and possibly you in that analysis. I didn't think he was perfect to begin with. I wasn't expecting perfection, and I was pretty sure that I would be let down on a great number of things. And I was pretty sure that he was still a better choice for me than Kamala Harris. Yeah, I was right. I was absolutely, positively right. He is a better choice. I'd vote for him over Joe Biden or Kamala Harris every day of the week and twice on Sunday. It's not even a debate. And when they talk about the people that they're talking about now from the Democratic Party, you think I'm voting for Pete Buttigieg? No, that's not. Gavin Newsom, that Jew-hating bigot? No, that's not happening either. Republicans still have the stronger bench. I would vote for J.D. Vance over the Democrats I just mentioned. I'd vote for Marco Rubio today. I'm not going for perfection. I'm not going to get perfection. I have said before, and I've had people quote me on this, if you are looking for perfection, the only two people you could vote for are yourself and Jesus. And that's it. Those are your options. Pick one. Everybody else is going to have a flaw. Everyone else is going to have a subject to which you are let down. Me, I'm playing the odds. How do I get a little bit closer to what it is that I want? What is it I can live with? What is it that I can't? And as it turns out, I can't live with people who support communists and think that because of my religion, it's okay to attack me on the streets. Can't live with those people. Can't be around those people. Can't live or be around the people who think it's okay to mutilate children. Nope. I've made my decisions. I said this the other day. I've said this now a couple of times. And so let me say it again. Could everyone please grow up? The childlike nonsense going on out there about candidates and about policies, grown-ups only, adults in the room, the freaking children. You want perfection? Can I ask you that those people, could they do me a favor? Could you, and I'm spitballing here, could you stop being stupid? There is no perfection. There is what we have and what we're striving towards, and it happens slow. I cannot believe it actually has to get said. Guys, there's a weekend to be had, and fun to be had, and friends to see, and family to hang out with, and enjoyment. Go do that. I'll catch you at noon. Relax. I'll see you Monday if I don't see you at noon. Matt Paris traffic.
All right, Tony, northbound 65 slow. Keystone to the south split. Traffic sponsored by Drake.